Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Ohio State still number one in the CFP rankings as they head into their final home game of the season Saturday at noon against Rutgers. Here's Ryan Day on the health of his receivers.
They're in great spirits. The medical staff is working hard. We'll take it day to day and see how they come in each day, but they're working hard to get back on the field, and we check in every day. We take the advice of the medical staff and use their feedback, and we go from there. So we'll continue to do that.
With Dylan Gabriel still in concussion protocol, the Cleveland Browns have named Shedeur Sanders their starting quarterback this Sunday in Vegas against the Raiders. You can hear that game on The Fan beginning at 2 with the kick at 4:05, and the Cleveland Cavaliers hosting the Houston Rockets tonight at 7. This one brought to you by Green & Sons, family-owned and operated for over 45 years. Find your next Kubota tractor at Green & Sons, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville in Raymond.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner Funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, back at it. Good to have you aboard. Wet and Wild Wednesday. Here on Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, LaLoose Cannon, all present and accounted for.
Boys, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Tress. It's good to see you too. Hey, it's good to see you as well. I'm good, man. How are you? You living all right today?
Solid.
Yeah.
The sun is shining.
Okay.
The birdies are singing.
Warm enough to play golf for
There's
you.
a wind blowing in from left field somewhere. No. The golf's done. I'm
outside golf is done.
I don't think I'm that
simulator
guy.
Season now for you.
I can't tell you that I wouldn't, if we got to like back in the 60s and it wasn't blowing 30 miles an hour, that I wouldn't just take an 8-iron and throw it and just run out and hit a couple balls. But yeah, full rounds, forget it.
Yeah. Slight flex in there too. Like, I just go out, right out my back door, go right to the course TLC. It was a slight flex right there from the big dog.
Not a flex at all. Here's the flex for the day. We got Schefter bottom of the hour. If he has confirmed with TLC, I don't know that information.
That has happened.
That has happened.
Okay.
So we'll have Schefter at 12:30. We'll have the Carp Master at 1:30. Bobby Carpenter will join us then, as he always does on a Wednesday. And we'll track down Zach Werenski somewhere in Toronto. Either we'll wake him up from his nap, or maybe he'll just be perusing the city a little bit. That'll be at 2:30 for Hockey and Hound, so don't miss that.
Real quick, you mentioned, because I was watching the college basketball last night, watching, obviously, the Jackets last night, too. And I'm a guy that remembers a lot of my dreams. And I don't know if it was because I was consuming a lot of basketball and hockey last night, but my mind was just in the sports world. And I kid you not, some of the details that I remember from my dream last night, AR, is that you were the head coach for a team that had TLC and myself on it. This was a basketball team, and I don't think we were playing well, and you were not happy. That's all I remember. And so last night, I had head coach Rothman in my dream, getting TLC and myself right up and down the court last night. I wish I remember more, because sometimes I really remember a lot from my dreams. I don't remember all the details, but I remember that. And you were on that clipboard last night, not happy with the two of us.
Couple of tough questions then. One, did we have a big lead, and were you guys letting it slip away? That's number one.
Probably.
Number two, were either one of you in danger of being benched by me?
Probably. Your tone, because I can see your face in my dream.
Tone low?
It was kind of like the tone you had.
Funky Cole Medina?
Kind of like the tone you had when Adam King picked Tucker Kraft for an anytime touchdown.
Oh, my God.
Like that kind of disgust in your voice. That was in my dream. That was Coach Rothman in my dream.
Tucker Kraft, anytime touchdown.
Tucker Kraft, he's out for the year.
That was kind of the energy I was getting from you.
What are you doing? Put my shirt back on. Back on? What was it doing off?
Adam King here with 10 TV.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that was that. Just wanted to bring that to the table.
That's great. I wish maybe we can we could bring somebody in here to hypnotize you and see if we can get some more out of that.
Your boy Oz the Mentalist was on the View yesterday before we got on the show, and I couldn't hear anything, but they had the clipboard with the numbers and all that, and they were acting fake like they were surprised and all that stuff. But, yeah, he's everywhere pimping this book, man. Your boy's doing
You're the guy. So I've gone down the rabbit hole on this stuff, and now what's popping up in my algorithm is stuff I don't like, which is one guy or two guys that are doing some sort of video proving him wrong, telling me how the trick is done.
Yes.
I don't want any of that.
These are my guys. I need to find these people.
They're trying to expose the whole deal.
Yep. CB, former producer, we were watching. He said he's a fraud, AR. So he doesn't buy it either.
He's not a fraud. He's a great entertainer who might have some magical gifts.
You got to send me these videos you saw last night. I do want to see what they were saying. The unpacking of this whole deal that he's got going on.
I don't like it.
Wait, so who else was on this basketball team? Because there had to have been 3 other players.
It was just us hooping. That's really
Gus
all I
Macker.
remember. I played in the Gus Macker
There was only
before.
a third.
Played in the Gus Macker before when we got cracked. I remember that.
Was I the
years
coach?
ago. No, you were not the coach. This was real life. We probably needed you out there.
I want to see. Maybe Zach will go to the Toronto Zoo today. We'll have to find out where he is. The Royal Ontario Museum. But anyway, we'll have Hockey and Hounds. Listen, I watched the game, and I don't know if you're predicting this stuff. They came off a great win the other night in a shootout. I think when you're going to got on a night on a back-to-back, it's usually the beginning. I thought they settled in really well. That's a scoreless game through 8 minutes. That's what you want when you're on a back-to-back playing a good team. It was gettable, I thought, on paper because you weren't facing Connor Hellebuck. But I thought they coasted a little bit. I saw some spots that I didn't love based on energy level. I didn't think it was perfect. I thought that, I can go through the goals if you want me to, but that would maybe be boring to some people. There were moments in that game where that team didn't go away. They tied it. It was tied after 1. And I saw Miles Wood streaking down the ice and beating a defender and scoring. And I'm like, that's it. That's the guy. That's inside 2 minutes. That's not coasting into a period and just saying we're good with being down 1-0. That's a guy who gets it. And they all do get it. But I'm just saying that was a big uplifting moment for me. And then it just early in the second, you're giving up a 3-on-2. I saw a lot of neutral zone turnovers that went bad for them. And that's all it takes when you're playing a good team on the road. And so now Elvis. I usually don't like to put power play goals on goalies because you're at such a disadvantage. But, there was a slapper there that I thought maybe he needs to see that. Maybe Jet does glove that one. I think, the one that made it 3-1. They gave up a goal early in the third when you thought, okay, now it's over, and they bounced right back because Z scored. And I just felt when it's 4-2 with 16 minutes left, that game is stealable, but not against that Winnipeg team last night. Yeah. Elvis was beaten on another slapper, and when it's 5-2, I was actually on the roller coaster of watching the odds on this game, and when they were down 4-1, no, they were down 3-1. 3-1, I looked, and it was like 18-1 or something like that. The Jackets were getting 18-1 when they were down 2 goals. And then when they got down 4-1, it jumped to 20. And then when they got it to 4-2 with 16 minutes to go, it came back down to 12. I never took a taste of it. I never did. But, it was one of those games that I didn't see a ton of urgency from them in the bulk of the game. I saw it in little pockets, and I'm wondering if that is, and I'll ask Zach the question about when the energy level starts to wane a little bit on a back-to-back, and you can just sense it. I think other teams sense it. Good teams sense it. And
let go of the rope a little bit.
Yeah, well, KJ could have made it 5-3 on a power play with 11 minutes to go. He got stoned on the doorstep. That would have made it 5-3 with plenty of time left. And so Winnipeg made some big saves when they had to. But I just noticed a little bit, Provy, not the urgency I'd like to see. But I felt like they were they just were chasing the game eventually. But there's good news and bad news. The good news is that through 20 games, this team has 22 points, I believe. Let me pull up the standings. So I like to kind of do this in pockets for the season and see where they are. So
You're right, they are.
Okay, so they have 20.
Yep, 22.
22 points. And so the question that you'd have for me is, well, what were they last year through 20 games?
Okay,
when they're riding this emotion, the tragedy of John, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And they had 20 points through 20 games. So they're 2 points ahead of last year's pace, and last year's pace got them in the fight.
And we were 2 points out of
Yeah.
the playoff race last year, I think, when everybody hit the finish line, correct?
Yeah, ton of hockey left. I get this. But I think through 20 games, I think we can look at something here. So they have more points than last year right now through 20. And now last year they had a stretch where they had, Matty, 1 point over 6 games. We haven't had a streak like that this year. I think we had a streak with 1 point over 4 games maybe, but not 6. So we haven't had as bad of a streak as we had in the first 20 games last year. The other thing that I guess is good news and bad news is that the power play this year through 20 games is worse. The penalty kill through 20 games is worse. And they have more points. Not a lot, but they have 2 more. So that's kind of who they are right now. I said before the year, if this power play and penalty kill gets into the top 20 in the NHL in both categories, away we go. That's a playoff team. Like, I feel like they'd have enough scoring, they have enough skill, they have enough determination, they have enough. And right now, I don't like what I see. They're 28th in penalty kill, and they're 22nd in power play.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all year, unfortunately, is just the inconsistency of the special teams. It's been spotty. In certain couple games, you get it in a good way, and then the majority of the body of the work just has not been good enough. And last night's game was just a bad formula for him, right? You had some shaky stuff happening, and net wasn't a good outing for Elvis. And it felt to me that prior to this game that Coach Dean was leaning towards Jet being his guy maybe full time, right? You'll have some of these spot starts for Elvis. We'll see what that looks like the remainder of the way. But it does feel to me that Jet is now their guy. And after last night's performance, I'm sure there's probably even more confidence to roll with Jet. And so when you have that, and you have one of your best playmakers being taken out of the game, and Marchie only has 1 shot in the game. That ends his point streak. He was on an absolute roll. It was just a bad snowball of everything in the worst way for them. So, look, we can give them the excuse of playing in a back-to-back. We'll talk to Z later. He's not going to use that as an excuse. There's no doubt that that's real in sports, but just top to bottom yesterday, nobody was really good enough. And so when you're going up against a team like Winnipeg, you can't have those pockets in the game, especially the second period going into the third period where you're getting outscored 4-1.
Yeah, it's one of those games where I'll give them the back-to-back. That's a tough one. The time zone stuff, all that craziness, getting in late. I think that's fairly real that the scheduling gods kind of got them last night, but let's see them bounce back tonight against a team that's going to be desperate in Toronto. Tomorrow night. Toronto's, that's a 20-point hockey team, but they don't feel like it. So that'll be something for them to do. But I just thought, just to compare it through 20, that they're better. They're a worse team penalty kill and power play than they were through 20 last year, but they're 2 points better. So that could be scheduled. That's timely goaltending. That's shootout wins. That's overtime stuff. Like that they're a little more clutch, I think, this year, but certainly they're a team that's on the bubble. We'll get it going here with the college football playoff up next and the rankings that were revealed last night and what it says. Should head-to-head matter more than it does right now? We'll examine it. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Round here, it's all or nothing. And nobody has more all-wheel drive choices than Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $289 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Ohio Credit Union Business Banking is there whether you need a loan to grow your operations or cash flow solutions to keep things moving forward. Real talk about what matters to your business. Visit telohio.org/business.
Certain restrictions apply. Ohio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCUA.
There's nothing like Christmas memories. The long car ride to Grandma's, sitting in the back seat listening to Christmas music, or Christmas when the kids were young, waking you up at 5 a.m. because they just couldn't wait. Christmas memories start at Oakland Nursery. As you pick out your tree, you can smell pine as far as you can see. The crisp air, the music playing, from trees to wreaths to decorative roping to gifts. Oakland Nursery has been making Christmas memories for 85 years. Make new memories at Oakland Nursery.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
What's up? It's Matty Ice. Black Friday deals are here, and they're happening all month long at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, you can lease a brand new 25 or 26 Chevy Trax LT for just $299 a month for 36 months, or if you prefer to finance, get it for only $329 a month for 84 months for qualified buyers. With over 20 tracks in stock, you're sure to find the perfect fit for your lifestyle. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Join the fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes, it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A nice mix of sun and clouds as we go into the day on Wednesday, and temperatures a little bit milder as we do get up into the low 50s this afternoon. Mostly cloudy tonight with lows in the 40s, and then for Thursday we'll see more clouds but also warmth as daytime highs top out in the mid to low 50s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty promises he'll continue to do the show even if he wins the lottery. If only we believed him. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Can I do it over Zoom 3 days a week? From a, beachfront crib somewhere, or, mansion in the Hidden Hills in Calabasas?
Will we be able to hear you?
And see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then the answer is yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, pull an Uncle Bo.
Why not?
Do the show from the crib every day.
In the draws, just
for
whatever.
Sure. That's happening.
Yeah.
Can't see the bottom half anyway, It's only for my eyes.
Actually, when you get off the show and then you fire up that OnlyFans page, it'll be a quick change.
Oh, my
What's that
goodness.
halftime show, the Quick Change Artist or whatever?
Oh, I haven't seen that. The Quick Change
TLC,
Artist?
wasn't there some sort of halftime show with that couple or whatever? Weren't they called like Quick Change, or am I just losing it?
Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake?
No.
Oh.
I truly believe that was not on purpose.
No, I don't think
people
so.
were accusing it of doing it.
That was like 2004. Ice, how old would you have been?
I was 13-ish.
So he definitely remembers where he was.
Oh, yeah. Prime teen years, baby. I was like, this is interesting.
By the way, I'm not wrong. There is a whoa. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
When did this happen?
Oh, no. What happened?
Oh, that's brutal. I didn't know this happened. It was during COVID. I see the headline. Sports World reacts to the death of halftime entertainment legend and quick change legend.
Quick change.
It was a.
What are the names? Who are these people?
David and Diana, or David and David? I don't know. There was a group there was a couple that used to go to sporting events like Red Panda, and they used to have some sort of magic show.
Hey, she bounced back from that injury. She's back.
And where they would have like a tarp up, and
I have not seen this, AR. And you're saying,
am I losing it? There was a quick change, right?
I've never heard of this.
That could be
I cannot confirm.
You see what I'm talking about now? Yeah, prayers and condolences to the family of Quick Change's David Moss.
Okay.
Used to thrill the crowd at NBA games across the league and probably others.
We have to watch some old YouTube clips. Got to check these people out.
My goodness.
Oh, so he's the magician and he puts her in like the curtain or whatever and then drops it immediately and she's in a new dress.
The outfits just are constantly changing.
And they both passed away?
No, apparently it's him.
When were they at their peak, AR?
I mean, it sounds like 2020.
Oh.
I don't know.
Really? Interesting. No, I got to watch some YouTube
COVID was a boom for them?
David Moss was a magician, a TV and YouTube star with his wife, the centerpiece of halftime entertainment in basketball arenas all over the country. He died in late 2020.
Oh, okay.
From COVID, is what they said. He performed in all 30 NBA arenas, 15 WNBA arenas, and at least 76 universities. Also performed at the Big Ten. That's where I saw them. Big Ten basketball tourney.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, that's where they performed. Well, Maddie, there's an opening.
So, Nipplegate was the Patriots-Panthers Super Bowl. So, 2003 season, obviously the game's played in February of 2004. Fun fact, that is the first football game I can ever remember watching. So, I would have been 4 going on 5.
Okay.
There's no way you remember a football game at age 4.
What are you talking about?
I can't remember anything before age 10.
That is such a... Oh, come on. I remember that is the first football game I can remember.
I'm impressed, man. Your brain was fully formed.
Thank you.
I was not in that camp.
See, that wardrobe malfunction, if we want to call it that, that's more accepted now than it was obviously then. Because now you've got celebrities that are wearing stuff and you can see the goodies. Like now that's just like where we're at.
Well, it was halftime of a Super Bowl. So,
but everybody was freaking out about that.
That was such a mega wide shot, too. You could barely see anything. The camera was like a million miles away.
Was it?
I thought so.
But then there were a million still shots, I think.
Oh, well, probably.
But I
wasn't watching the news the next morning. I don't remember watching that.
When Timberlake was attempting to make that move and rip off the top layer of that outfit, I remember it looked like there was like a hair of a struggle. Like, let me make sure I just get the top layer and not the whole damn thing. And then the look and then her reaction, nobody will ever know.
No.
But my gut tells me that it wasn't on purpose, that she wouldn't have wanted that to happen.
They also didn't need to do that for more attention or anything. So I'm with you, AR. I'm with you.
By the way, in the most 2004 thing ever, the sponsor for the halftime show was AOL.
Wow.
Nice. Boy, that was money well spent, huh? I thought, listen, there was one, I've said this on the air before, if there was one, like, if you and I, if all of us were in that era, the .com era, and we could go back in time, and we're coming up with names, like, hey, like search engines and things like that, and the three of us were in a room, and we said, all right, well, what should we do? Well, the email, it's a big thing now. The people are going to be emailing. No one's going to send anything anymore. It's all going to be email. And I said to you guys, listen, this is America. Everybody's online. America Online sounds great. And we all would have been like, that's it. That's the name.
That's the one.
And if you were in the corner saying, I think Yahoo is the way to go. And we'd be like, what? And then you like sang it like Yahoo. Like if you did, I'd be like, all right, you're out of the meeting. Like you're done. You're out of the meeting. And
it was a hit.
America Online. That's Jerk Store. That's what we're going. America Online. That's what we're going with. And look what happened.
I go to my Yahoo email
again
every day. Every day.
A friend of mine has AOL still, though. Still
Really?
out. Oh, he has an AOL email. Yeah, Chanel number 5 has an AOL email account.
Interesting.
So it's there.
Why he just wanted to keep it forever? What's his reasoning?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll have to ask him.
The incident, sometimes referred to as Nipplegate, led to an immediate crackdown and widespread discourse on perceived indecency in broadcasting.
Okay. How long? Yeah, it lasted a little bit.
Yeah.
Maddie's right. The whole thing's flipped on its
Yeah,
head.
now you go to see a red carpet at a show, and you'll see some stuff now from some of these celebrities. That's for sure.
Pat McAfee just undid all of their hard work.
That's right. Let's throw up a disclaimer. You might hear some things you don't want to hear, but we're airing the show anyway.
Correct.
Saban, you want to swear in the air? Go ahead. It's good for ratings. Where are we on this head-to-head between, and I teased this before, so Notre Dame is now, I looked at the Notre Dame is ninth.
Yeah.
Miami is 13th. I know this was a long time ago. First game of the year, Miami beat Notre Dame. They're not quite close enough, and the fact that Miami has lost 2 other games to Louisville and SMU makes them not comparable.
And currently,
it's not a head-to-head comparable.
Over the last month and some change here, Notre Dame's picked up some good wins against USC, and this past week against Pitt. I know there's some people out there that had some respect for Navy as well. And so I think that's probably what's going on here. The head-to-head is so far in the rearview mirror. I think for a lot of the people in the committee, they're looking at Notre Dame and their body of work currently, and that's why they sided with them. And the whole Notre Dame over Alabama thing is interesting too, but we can stick with this one right now.
Bama is not getting the same loss love that other teams are getting, right? Like ND's getting loss love. I know you said they picked up a couple here, but USC and Pitt,
the loss love, the A&M loss.
They're getting the Miami and A&M loss love versus more than win love, where Bama gets plummeted based on loss. If Bama wins out and they win the SEC, they're getting a bye.
I agree.
Like that Florida State game will be a long time ago. My point is that some teams get the eye test criteria. I mean, Bama's gone through a gauntlet.
Yep.
At Georgia, Vandy, at Missouri, Tennessee, like Oklahoma now.
Yeah.
Which they lost, but it was Oklahoma. But I feel like Bama's getting punished for their losses, and Notre Dame's getting propped up for theirs.
It would have been hard for me if I was on the committee yesterday in that committee room, and it came down to Notre Dame and Alabama, and I looked at the resumes right now and sided with Notre Dame over Bama, just based off of, obviously, both of them are 8-2, but the strength of schedule right now for Bama is 4th in the country. Notre Dame's is 29th. I mean, Alabama is 4-1 against top 25 teams right now. Notre Dame's 1-2. I think
they got to win out.
I think it's what you mentioned. I think the football people in the room went to the eye test and believed that obviously they liked more of what Notre Dame is doing football-wise and kind of the X and O stuff more so than Alabama right now, even though the resume is telling us Alabama's probably deserving of just being right above them.
Here's the danger for the committee. How close can Miami get to Notre Dame in that room? And then Notre Dame might have a problem. Will they allow Miami, if they win the next couple, they might need some help. Yeah. But they're not that far apart. But they're far apart enough now where head-to-head is not playing into that room. We got Schefter in 2 minutes. We'll get his take on the Shedeur change and some other big stars that we expect back. How soon? You'll find out. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidays.columbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidays.columbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
They're trained. They're prepared. Let's do it. They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, it's Anthony. It's Black Friday savings all month long at Germain Honda of Dublin. Get behind the wheel of a 26 Honda Passport RTL all-wheel drive with 3.99% APR for up to 36 months. Or you can drive the stylish 25 Honda Accord LX with an incredible 2.99% APR for up to 36 months. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or shop online at germainhondaofdublin.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
NFL Playbook with ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Sponsored by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
All right, if you're keeping track at home, I'd have to get this fact checked, but I believe this is going to be the 42nd different starting quarterback for the Brownies since '99, since they came back.
It's crazy.
I think that's
unbelievable,
man. It's a robust number.
Yeah, and it just shines a light on the importance of that position, because when you don't have a guy, you're not going to be relevant. You're not going to be relevant. You can have the playmakers, some of the playmakers that they've had. You can have a Hall of Famer in Myles Garrett on defense for years, and it's not going to equate to much winning. And so for the Browns, that's why the second half of this year is going to be fun to watch with the whole Shedeur situation, and we'll see when Dylan gets out of concussion protocol what Kevin Stefanski has to say. But the draft's going to be so fascinating with this team. With the 2 first-round picks that they have, do they believe in a guy or guys in this year's draft? How do they use that draft capital? But yeah, I mean, you can bounce back quickly when you find the guy. Look at the New England Patriots. I mean, they lost arguably the best to ever do it. Some lean years in between that. You hit Drake May, and here you are, a 9-win football team in the middle of November. And so that's just what they got to figure out. It's that simple.
Couldn't get he could get it, but it's a good bounce back game for him because it's against the Raiders. Like, if they'll dedicate everything to him this week, and then he gets a very subpar defensive team. He gets it indoors. Like, this is, like, he doesn't have a great team around him, but there's enough there. He should get plenty of at-bats because of the Cleveland defense. So they should be able to hold down the Raiders a little bit. So he's going to get a nice little runway this week, because everyone was complaining last week about how, or a lot of people were, ex-players were like, I can't believe they haven't prepared. Jeff Saturday called it malpractice. Like, they have a rookie quarterback that they need to dedicate every last second to. This isn't some established veteran where they could take a couple practice sessions and say, all right, let's give some to the backup now, because if you get dinged, we got to go to him. Like, they were more worried about making sure Dylan Gabriel had everything he needed again.
Well, he's gotten plenty of reps, though, with the ones throughout the weeks. Like, he's been the starter. No, Dylan. He's had plenty of work.
But he's still
with
a
the
rookie.
One. No, I get that. But still, like, when your backup quarterback is Shedeur Sanders, he needed some type of reps with the ones. Like, for me, if you want to dedicate 95% of the reps to Dylan with the ones, I'm good with that. But when Shedeur is on deck, he needed to get some of the ones. So I agree with Jeff Saturday, and I agree with Cam Newton.
You got Schefty on the horn? All right, let's hit it. Shefty's on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, my man, how you feeling?
What's going on, gentlemen?
All good. Discussing the Shedeur change now. And listen, ESPN, you guys have done a lot on this. I think, Adam, a lot of the ex-players have been kind of split on whether the Browns did him wrong or whether he just wasn't prepared. You know, where you, the people you talked to, where were you on that?
You know, I think there's a lot of theories floating around. It's possible there's a little bit of truth to everything that's being said out there. Maybe, again, they didn't prep him the way that he deserved to be prepped. Maybe he didn't essentially dive in as much as he should have, and it's hard to do that when you're not being treated like a starter or even a backup much.
Is this? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not a simple answer to the question. I think it's a complicated, layered issue.
It feels like this management and this head coach, clearly they like Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur. They were both available at the time in the draft, so he's all in on the guy that he liked better. But there are some people out there that are thinking like Stefanski is almost setting up Shedeur to fail. Well, now he needs him, so he's not going to do that.
I don't believe that. I just don't believe that a coach does that. I mean, maybe I'm naive and ignorant, but look, you could disagree with the organization's approach to it, right? But I don't think the head coach is setting him up for failure. Like I don't believe that. I mean that's very conspiratorial to me, and I don't believe in those kinds of things.
Schefter, staying in the AFC North at the quarterback position, what do you got on Aaron Rodgers? What's next for him with the injury that he's dealing with, and maybe his availability for even this week?
Hey, well, he wants to try to play. It's the Chicago Bears, and we'll see if he can make it back. He's not going to practice today. I think the signs point to him not playing, but it's Aaron Rodgers. He wants to play. It's the Bears. So, we'll wait to see how the week develops to see if there's a way that he can make it back. But all we know right now is he's got a broken bone in his left hand. They have to brace it up. He's not practicing. So there are little signs there. But, again, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out.
All right, so we got a couple others to deal with here. Have you heard anything about Mike Evans coming back and whether that is kind of a guarantee that he will, that Tampa will get him here at the end of the season?
I think their expectation, their belief is they'll get back Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Jalen McMillan, all at some point late in the season. Now, I don't know exactly when that's going to be, but I think that's what they believe, and that's what they're counting on, that they're going to get added receiver help here coming in the future. We'll see how and when it plays out. But, yes, I think help is on the way. It's just a question of how soon.
Sliding down to Hotlanta, here Michael Penix is again, Schefter, with another tough injury. Like the history with his injuries are just brutal now at this point. And so now that Atlanta is dealing with this, what's your thoughts on now their process in the offseason? Do you think they're going to go back into the draft and maybe try to find somebody else with some good draft capital? Just walk us through what's going on in Atlanta, but more importantly, what do you think they're going to do moving forward with Penix?
Well, I think there's a long time on this injury here. And, it's going to take a repair, and it's going to take some time, and we're going to see how that plays out. So we'll see how that goes, but it's not ideal. He's going to need some time. I think next year is the question, and we'll see how that works out.
Did you hear anything of what happened behind closed doors in Jamar Chase's appeal that was heard by Jordy Nelson, of all people, on whether he did have to admit that he actually did it, or is he sticking with the denial?
Well, he denied it after the game. He appealed it. He had to have an argument. You're not going to go to appeal it and say, I did it, right? So obviously that must be his argument.
Well, there's another way you could do it. His argument may have been not that he didn't do it, that the precedent for being suspended, that maybe he was just arguing to be fined and not suspended.
Yeah, I mean, but there was a precedent. Jalen Carter was suspended essentially for a game, unofficially. And the league made sportsmanship a point of emphasis in the off season, right? So, I mean, it's pretty clear. Like, you can't, they're not allowing that to happen. So if you spit, the problem is there's video. There's video of it. Okay? So if there's no video of it, he can make whatever, I didn't do it, that's not true, that's not right, maybe I spit in the ground. Like, we see, everybody saw it. You saw it, right?
Yeah, no, and I'm not trying to play his agent here or defense attorney. Yeah. I'm just saying what I imagine he would say would be that, yes, I spit, but I wasn't intentionally trying to hit him. I'm not saying it worked. It didn't work, clearly.
Yeah. And again, the flip side of that would be if somebody acts out in the enraged way that Jalen Ramsey did, something precipitated that. So whether he did or didn't, Jalen Ramsey clearly felt that Jamar Chase was spitting at him, whether he intended to or not, just by his reaction. Right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm with you. Maybe he's lucky he only got one game. Maybe that's the story, that now the precedent's been set. You spit on a guy, you get a game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be the deal. Like, someone was asking me this morning, if they have to remind players not to spit. I'm like, hey, emphasize sports. You want it to spell out no spitting, no picking your nose and wiping out. Like, what do you want it to do?
Yeah. Shefty, the latest loss to the Steelers on the Bengals side of things, do you think that's changed Joe Burrow's desire to want to come back?
No, I think he wants to play. I mean, I think that's pretty clear that he wants to play. My question is, how soon is that going to be? And I know that he's talked about Thanksgiving night. I also think that the next week against Buffalo might be more realistic. But again, you got to go out and practice, see how it feels, make a term. Like if they lose this week, they're 3-9. Like common sense wise, it doesn't make sense to bring him back. But he wants to play. It's important to him and it matters, and so he's trying to get that done.
Good job, man. Appreciate the convo as always. Have a great week.
That's it, huh? Hey, guys, next week, Thanksgiving. How about that?
I know. It's here, bud. We got NV game. Ohio State trying to end the streak to your boys.
Yeah, that should be a big week. Well, we look forward to that. We'll talk next week, and we'll get ready for that big game.
You got it. Thanks, Shefty. Have a good one,
guys.
pal.
Have a great day.
Yep, be well. That's Adam Schefter on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. So you brought up the Bengals, and then he's right because obviously they're done. But I'll illustrate that for you next, the AFC playoff picture and where they have the Bengals percentage on making the playoffs.
Okay.
That's next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
It's the John Hinderer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Black Friday event. This is Justin Hinderer. Save up to $15,000 on new 2025 Ram 1500s, plus no payments for 90 days. At John Hinderer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just north of our Honda store on Route 79 in Heath, or HindererCDJR.com. John Hinderer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We love what moves you.
In stock only, must finance with SFS. See dealer for details. Ends 12/1/25.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall from my friends at Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. 2 years ago, I was actually experiencing hip pain for the first time in my life, and I knew I needed the best. So I chose Orthopedic One for my physical therapy needs. And in a matter of weeks, I was rotating that golf swing better than before, and I was the longest hitter in my group again. So be like me and trust Orthopedic One and stay at the top of your game. Several convenient locations across Central Ohio. To find a physician or location near you, just go to orthopedic1.com.
Diamond Sellers bring the world's finest jewelry to you at our annual holiday gala December 4th through December 6th. Celebrate the season of sparkle with up to 25% off for 1 weekend only at our Sawmill Road and Easton locations. Visit diamondseller.com/gala to learn more.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
You know, most people will agree with this. Life is a lot better without pain and more comfort. Hey, it's Anthony. I used to buy the over-the-counter insoles thinking that just the cushion itself would solve everything. It didn't. So I finally got serious about support. I went to the Good Feet store where I was personally fitted for arch supports. I started feeling relief, more stability, and stuff stopped aching. My lower back felt better. I don't care whether you're an athlete or you're retired. Get greater comfort and confidence from personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. That's because their arch supports are designed to align your body from the feet up, and they can help provide relief from pain and discomfort like it has for me. They have an expert staff trained to understand your specific needs, and they recommend the best solutions. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store at one of their convenient locations on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City, or, of course, learn more, a lot more, at goodfeet.com.
Love football, love wings? Put those bad boys together and you get Austin and Vern live at Roosters.
Presented by Bryant Heating and Cooling.
Large amounts of football and all the donkey sauce you can handle. Mondays on the Fans YouTube channel. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Anthony's hidden talent is weaving a movie quote into every conversation. It's mostly not annoying. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
I would never do this to a guest, but when Schefter dropped the, what was it, conspiratorially?
Yeah, that's word of the day so far.
I turned my mic off, and I hit the talk back to TLC, and I just said, big word alert.
Definitely. Schefter was in his bag with that one. I liked it. Yeah. I liked it. I don't know if I've ever dropped that. I don't even know if I have that in my bag to pull that off. That's out of my range.
Yeah. And this could work for a couple. This doesn't have to just be a word. This could be like a big phrase alert.
Okay.
Like, I don't.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Either or.
Yeah.
Phrases.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You drop something we haven't heard in a long time. I'm in.
Okay.
You're going to hear it. You're going to hear some sirens.
All right. So the Shedeur Sanders story is obviously big, but I wanted to get to the percentage because you're right. Joe's got to hang it up now. And I'm okay with him wanting to play, but I think somebody's got to step in, save him from himself.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. And it's not going to look bad to your teammates. They're still getting paid. They know where they are in the standings.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at AFC playoff picture. It's funny that defense now is ruling the day for the AFC West. Denver has held opposing quarterbacks to a QBR of 46.8. That's the lowest in the league.
They're getting a monster year up front from Nick Bonino. I still don't know if he's a household name. Like, I think if you ask the average football fan, who is Nick Bonito, I don't think they would know who he is. He's third in the league in sacks right now.
Bobby Bonilla?
Not Bobby Bonito, Nick Bonito. So the combination of him up front with Patrick Surtain on the outside is lethal, and some other good guys mixed in there. So, yeah, that's a very stout unit, and they've kind of held it down because Bo Nix all year has been very inconsistent. And so, yeah, having that unit there can help you out, obviously, when you have a quarterback that's kind of figuring things out in year two.
And they haven't played a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah.
They just held Mahomes to a 56.4.
Yeah, they're for real.
Bo Nix is the wild card. He's good enough, but the defense is legit.
I just don't know if they have a high enough ceiling offensively to go far this year. That's how I feel about them. And another unfortunate injury for J.K. Dobbins, AR. Just followed him, man. The injury bug. His whole career so far to the NFL.
You mentioned Penix earlier.
Both of them are tough. Yeah. Penix is brutal because it's just ACL, like MCL, like that's what he usually does. But, yeah, for J.K., he just injury bug won't leave him alone. It's tough.
So you guys, the Ravens, are putting together a really strong showing now. And the Bengals are, according to this, and I'll go to Bet365 to get maybe a real live Las Vegas picture of it, but 2%. 2% to make it to the playoffs.
Feels appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's betting on them to go anywhere. No. They needed that win because Joe was right. The pathway is through the division, not the wild card. You can't lose to the leader of the division and expect to have a shot. I don't even have their schedule in front of me, but did they get you guys twice still?
Twice in 3 weeks. So they get a 3-week window starting next Thursday of at Baltimore, at Buffalo, home against Baltimore.
It's over. They're less intriguing than the Browns. The Browns are intriguing because Shedeur. Now we get to at least see what Shedeur's show is. But what are we looking for with Cincy? Like nothing. They don't have a. They're playing Flacco. Like there's no future there. There's nothing to really look at anymore.
And he's even banged up at this point with a shoulder injury. And so there's not a lot.
Is Jake coming back?
What's that?
Is Browning back in?
No. We did not
Where's he?
Just see that. Go get somebody else off the street before you go back to Jake Brown. He's a nice dude,
there, right?
but just quarterback just at that level ain't for him. Yeah, he's still on the roster. So yeah, even before you even get to the games we mentioned with the Baltimore sandwich with Buffalo in between, it's arguably the best team in the AFC this week in New England without Jamar Chase. So yeah, this is another lost year. It's really unfortunate, obviously, on the injury front when it comes to Joe Burrow, but even if he was there, I wouldn't be surprised if they were in a similar spot. Maybe not this bad record-wise, but they would be up against it because of that defense and how disappointing that's been this year. And so they got to look over the next couple of drafts because that's where I feel like they're at. Because I don't think they're going to go spend big money on defensive free agents this year. That's just not the Bengals' way. So that's just what this has to be, is over the next 2 to 3 drafts, just crushing it when it comes to defensive guys that are ready to go. They get that, then they're back to being a true Super Bowl contender in my mind. This stuff that they've been doing the last couple of years, they're not going to be a legit threat to make a deep run because the defense is going to let them down.
All right, some people may look at this as free money. Some people may not. I don't. So the Cincinnati Bengals right now, according to Bet365, to make the playoffs, if you wanted to bet on them to make the playoffs, and we took $100 out of our soft-earned dollars today on this show, we put it on Cincinnati, we would win $1,800. Okay? But that's not even the one that really illustrates it. If we decided to bet, went to Las Vegas and said, hey, how much would we win if we put $100 on Cincy to not make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Any guesses?
How much are we getting back?
The sludge fund.
You said how much money you're putting on
$100
to not make the playoffs?
To not make it. What are we profiting?
$7.
$7?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go lower than that. 5.
67 cents.
6, 7.
There it is.
There it is.
And I didn't
can't avoid that number.
Honestly, when I said it, I wasn't thinking that.
I know.
The fact that that's the first thing that you think of is dangerous.
You have to hear it to see it.
Oh, man. That's got to be done when we get to 2026. Technically, it can be done now.
Why can we bury that one? You know what?
When we get
our
to
final show of 2025, we're going to have a funeral for a lot of Gen Z slang terms, and we're burying that one 6 feet under.
I'm with it. And all the other numbers that they're trying to cook up, too. We were talking last week.
41 is the new replacement for it?
We got to stop.
I don't know.
I don't
we just
know.
Gotta stop.
Is that 6-7 thing, because I think that actually transcends to a lot younger even than, like, it's kids that are 8 and 10 or whatever saying it versus just... I don't even know.
Did you see that South Dakota basketball game or whatever?
Oh, where they scored the 67th point, and everyone went wild.
There were
like 1,000 middle schoolers or something.
Middle school, right? It's not just for.
No, I was going to say there's
they're Gen Alpha.
There's a wrestler.
I'm Gen Z. Gen Alpha's beneath me.
That's right. I think that 6-7 is passing up Gen Z.
There's a wrestler by the name of Carmelo Hayes, and he did a live event for WWE like last week.
Hayes.
And he had like one of the guys in the ring, and he was punching him to get like one. Usually you punch guys to get to 10. And when he got to punch 6 and 7, he stopped in between, and the whole crowd in the arena did the 6-7 with him. So this is just, spreading all over the world, and
our
it's not
brains
really
are
slowing
captured.
down.
I think at the end,
it's everywhere. It's going viral.
We do what we wanted to do a couple weeks ago, which is we each come up with our 3 that we can send to the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. The ones that we don't like anymore, the ones that cannot keep going, the ones that should have a shelf life, and that's it.
Okay.
And we'll see if we compare on those 3. What bothers us?
We may have to have a draft so we all don't draft the same three.
Yes. A Gen Z slang draft. That's awful. Sounds horrendous. We'll come back, top of the hour, Fan Sports Update, and how talented are these Buckeyes? This mock may illustrate it. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Starting Monday, it's rivalry week. We call it that because the Buckeyes play a very annoying team from Michigan. Clever.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
The Fan.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Billiards Plus has gifts for everyone. Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, card tables, grills, and more. With professional delivery and installation, you'll beat the last-minute scramble. Reserve yours now. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Remember that rush you got as a kid ripping open your favorite pack of cards? Well, guess what? You can feel it again at Midwest Cards. Right next to Nationwide Arena, this place is a collector's dream with thousands of packs from all eras. Chase that Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, pull a rare Michael Jordan, or even hit your favorite Pokemon and relive that childhood thrill. Plus, you can shop their pack wall, kick back in their roomy sports lounge, or even bring in your old cards to sell or trade. Get to Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Rick Germain called me the other day and said, Mikey, we need you back at Germain Nissan. The dealership misses you, and people are forgetting how awesome Nissans are. I'm a dude that's owned pretty much every Nissan under the sun, and I'm excited to go back in and get my hands dirty. You have to be crazy not to consider a Nissan from Germain Nissan. J.D. Power ranked Nissan #1 in customer satisfaction among mainstream brands. Plus, with Germain's $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a Nissan for less. Germain Nissan, 4300 Morse Road, GermainNissan.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the biggest reasons people get new windows, Wilson, is that old windows make for an uncomfortable house with crazy high roller coaster energy bills.
Leslie, people love being uncomfortable on roller coasters. The ups, the downs, the gurgling in your stomach because you had 5 corn dogs before getting on.
Did that happen to you, Wilson?
What? No.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Your game day headquarters is here at ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the only place to watch and win. Catch every play on more than 30 TVs and over 50 feet of video wall. Score tickets, signed professional and college sports memorabilia, and pen cash prizes. Join the watch parties for every home team game with a tailgate buffet and bucket specials. Plus, get official game day swag with every table reservation. Game day lives here, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Timmy Hall here, proud to be back for my 4th year supporting Nationwide Children's Hospital and Light Up the Lawn, Light Up a Life. The holidays can be tough for kids and families spending it in the hospital. So now through December 31st, more than 100 giant illuminated butterflies will shine on the hospital lawn, each one sparkling to life with every single donation. When patients see those butterflies glow, they'll know their community's thinking of them, sending waves of hope and joy. So let's do this together. Let's light up the lawn and light up a life. Donate now at nationwidechildrens.org/give.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model, starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus, get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glexhyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and 10 miles per year, ends 12/1.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. A lot of quarterback news in the NFL. Let's start up in Cleveland, where Kevin Stefanski has named Shedeur Sanders their starter this Sunday in Vegas against the Raiders. Dylan Gabriel remains in concussion protocol and will be unavailable. You can hear that game on the Fan Sunday beginning at 2 with the kick at 4:05. Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Penix will miss the rest of the season and undergo surgery to repair a partial ACL tear. Kirk Cousins will be the starter the remainder of the season. The New York Jets are benching Justin Fields in favor of Tyrod Taylor. C.J. Stroud remains in concussion protocol and will miss the Texans game with the Buffalo Bills tomorrow night. Aaron Rodgers does not need surgery to repair the fracture in his left wrist. His availability for this week's game against the Bears will be determined later this week. This one's sponsored by Whiskey War from High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
These two have a ton in common. Anthony loves hockey, and Matty's always cold. This is Rothman and Ice.
Hour number 2. Bobby Carpenter at 1:30. Shedeur Sanders starting Sunday.
It's time. Get your wrist up.
Well, I know who had it up last week, Kyle Hamilton.
He did. He didn't listen.
What'd you think of that one?
It's what you get. Like when you're Shedeur and you're that popular and polarizing, like, you're going to get some of that. I loved it. I loved it. I love a little trash talk back and forth.
Our boy Dookie from Sherman Oaks.
Oh, Dookie, that's a new name.
Said that
Sherman Oaks, California?
Yeah, that Matty Ice could be neighbors with my brother in Calabasas.
Here we go.
I responded, why? And he said your dream was to move to beachfront property, like Malibu or a mansion in the Hidden Hills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now we're talking. I'll sleep on the couch if I need to figure it out. Well, whatever I need. Tell Dookie. Or Dookie, if you're listening, I'll be on the next flight smoking after the show.
Just don't know what you'll have to do to earn this bounty, but it sounds like you're up for anything. So
how do we know Duke?
That's cool. Dookie's a well-known listener out there.
Okay.
Duke Snyder.
Hey, our first caller in The Floor is Yours, the segment that I keep forgetting what the name is, even though we do it every week. By the way, 1 o'clock on Mondays.
There we go.
Our first caller was from California. Not Duke, but point being, we are nationwide.
Good stuff.
Nationwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Nationwide.
Prestige worldwide.
A couple weeks ago, we had an Alabama and Florida back-to-back.
On your side. We did. You can take us look, you can find us on YouTube, podcast, the app. There's options. You can always take old Rothman and Ice with you. Wherever you go, we'll be there with you.
You can turn on the radio.
Here it is. People still do that anymore?
It's like 8th down the list.
It really is.
All right. So before we get to the Buckeye stuff, Shedeur just spoke, and this is him. Do you have this prepared?
I believe I do.
All right. I'll stall for you.
No, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Knowing that, I have a piece of offense and a say-so and how things fit my eye and place the players exactly where they need to be, seeing how they come in and out of routes, seeing the structure of the alignment, seeing they set, just having a feeling. Like I'm more of a feel type of person, so that's how I learn, that's how I do everything. I'm just watching, it's just gonna happen. No, like I gotta be out there, feel it, I gotta move around, it's like so many details that it takes for me, to feel my best and play my best. And I'm doing everything in my power, and the team's doing everything, to help me get prepared.
It's a field player. I get it.
I am very intrigued by what he said off the top. TLC, can you play that again, like the first 15 seconds again, if you got it up? Okay, don't worry about it. Either way, but what he was talking about, essentially, hey, we're kind of doing some things that cater to my strengths now. That's big-time stuff. It's
called coaching.
And it's also a coach that's humbling himself a little bit, too, because, yes, this is Kevin Stefanski's team and offense and all those good things. If they have had a sit-down, and that's what it felt like to me when I heard Shedeur say that Kevin said, okay, you know what our offense does. Are there things that we're not doing that I can help you out with? That's kind of what it sounded like to me. And that's, to me, the sign of a good coach, when they can kind of put their ego aside just a little bit, not give full power and control to the player itself, but let's kind of meet each other at the 50-yard line with this thing. That was encouraging to hear, is that Kevin Stefanski is not trying to force him into, and Tommy Rees, force him into just what they do, and you got to live by this, or there's no other way you're going to play for us.
So they just dropped, I just looked at this because I was curious about his props for this weekend, First start.
Got to be fairly low. I think the passing yards.
So is passing yards over under?
Can I guess?
Sure.
I'm going to say that's around 175 and a half ish.
Okay. So the average for the three quarterbacks who have seen the field for the Browns this season, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and him, combined passing yards through 10 games, is ironically the exact number that they're going to put on this. So Flacco, Gabriel, and Sanders combined for 159.3 passing yards through 10 games.
So I'm way high.
His over-under is 159.5. He threw for 47 yards last week in about, what, a half of football?
Yeah.
And had 138 in the preseason game. The one that looked really good.
Okay.
Everybody got all excited.
Carolina. Yeah, I think it was Carolina. Yeah, it's
his odds to top 200 in passing yards. Like if you said, all right, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to go all in on Shedeur.
All right, so that would have to beat the over-under by 40 and a half yards. That's not insignificant.
Hang on, I just got a big red, like dangerous site that flashed up on my computer.
All right, let's fill the air here.
I must be on some
of those sketchy websites.
I must be on some my offshore
websites.
Let me see what the post. Well, I was going to some dark web betting sites apparently.
Trying to watch that old Janet Jackson video.
Yeah, it's the postmaster. Trying to get you some real live time odds here. All right, his odds to top 200 more passing yards, plus 240.
Yeah, that makes sense because
that's the Raiders.
It's not even about the yards for me this week with Shedeur. It's honestly not.
For the gamblers, it is.
That's fine. It's just about like the process and just
trust it.
Well, just seeing the operation be clean for him first before we get to, just the numbers need to be this and need to be that. For me, that's not what I'm looking for. It's an uphill climb when you're making your first start in the NFL. Max Crosby's going to be foaming at the mouth to wreck you in the game. So that's going to be tough. The Browns are in a situation to where they could definitely win this game based off their defense being able to shut down the mess of an offense that is the Las Vegas Raiders right now. But that's just what I want to see from Shedeur. In and out of the pocket, clean, none of the BS with the false starts and all of that. Like, that's what he's got to show them first, is that I can handle the operation. And then the football stuff, I think, is a little bit of the sprinkles on top and start number one in the NFL.
What I want to see, and this depends on the blocking, I want to see quick decisions.
Yeah.
I want to see convicted decisions. Mm-hmm. I know he's got playground athleticism, and he survived on that in college, and he can make a play last for 30 seconds if he wants. Not at this level. I think he's got to see it and trust it and let it rip. I think he's got to do it. I saw over the weekend, and I didn't crush him for it because he got thrown into the game, but he was just taking sacks that you cannot take. By the way, they've just sent me a big red X. Dangerous site. Attackers on the site you've tried visiting might trick me into installing something or sending them money.
Man, didn't you take that phishing scam trial that we're going through here at Tegna?
Well, you know what I do.
Going through dangerous websites.
Yeah, you just let the video play, and then you guess. If you get 4 out of 5, you move on.
That's what I did yesterday.
You want to know what I did?
Exactly.
I put the videos that we watched on ×2.
I didn't know you could.
So you can speed them up.
You should probably not be admitting this on the air.
I fast forwarded to the 2 seconds left. Let the time run out.
Oh, I didn't think you could fast forward through those modules.
I think you let the videos go for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then you can, and then I fast forwarded to the end.
Okay. So I actually watched the videos just at a higher speed. You guys,
the three of us, are
even
not nominated for Employee of the Month.
Hey, but all that matters is we passed the quiz at the end.
Hey.
We passed the quiz, man.
Was it Thomas Paine who wrote the book Common Sense, or was it somebody else? Who was it?
I don't know, but not a lot of people in this world have a lot of that or enough of common sense. I've learned that in life.
Mr. Hand, will I pass this class? Gee, Mr. Spicoli, I don't know. What Jefferson was saying, Matt, is we left this England place because it was bogus. And if we don't get some cool rules ourselves pronto, we'll just be bogus too.
My point is those phishing scam survey things that you got to go through, the training, it's common sense.
A lot of times it is. But it's paying off for AR right now because he's on alert.
Yeah.
You can use this example as I actually use the training how you guys wanted me to.
Use your training.
By going on websites I shouldn't have been on and letting
the force.
There it is. IT security take care of it for me.
So you're saying those links that I clicked on, that wasn't a good idea?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
The info that I gave them or the money that I sent. You see these scams going on now where these, old people have always been scammed. It sucks, but where they ask them to go and like deposit cash into these like Bitcoin machines.
No, I haven't seen
Send
these.
it to I don't know what's going on there. Like, your banking, this is your bank calling you. All your money's going to disappear or something. We need you to step up. And
how about those fake celebrity scams? There's a new one of those every single day. Old people donating money to celebrities that aren't actually celebrities.
We got to stop picking on the old folks, man. We got to stop.
You're talking to the wrong people. The people that want to do that are not going to listen to us.
I know, but it's just
like it
hurts me, man.
Of course it does. You got to watch out for them. People like us. I told my dad, I'm like, don't do anything on the phone when people are asking you for like an SS number or anything. Just don't.
It's getting tough, though, because they're texting you and they seem like your car dealership or they seem like your bank or something like that. And they're getting like decently crafty with the messages, but the second you open the link, now they have access to all your information. So
see?
It's
you
got to
watch the video.
It's got to be a phone number that you know. No, I've just been on the receiving end of all these texts. I think I got one this morning.
What did they want?
I don't know.
Was it some Saudi prince that was promising you millions? As long as you do a good faith payment?
Exactly.
Live golf money, huh?
I know we'll have ins and outs next, and we'll get into he'll filter that in when it comes to this, how talented Ohio State is and where they are, because they are overwhelmingly the favorite to win it all again. Like, it's
to
honestly,
the point where it's a disappointment if they don't.
They're probably, for a lot of people, maybe not quite here yet because of the Michigan hurdle they have to get through. But I think they're entering should territory.
You mentioned the odds. They are at Bet365 plus 175. Right behind them, your Indiana Hoosiers plus 500.
All right, so let's take that for a second.
That's not right behind them. But
but the next team, if they beat Indiana, which they'll be favored to do in Indianapolis, by how much, who knows?
3.5, I think, would be
but
the
they
line.
will be. I think it'll kick it probably
7.
I don't know if it'll get to the key number, but it might be close. Who knows? Maybe 5.5, 6, right in that area.
And also depends on what Ohio State goes into that game with health-wise.
Yes. But if they beat them, which they'll be favored to do, and you're telling me Indiana's the second betting favorite.
Yeah.
Once they beat them,
who's next?
Then it's SEC champ.
A&M
wherever
right
that's
now
going to be.
At plus 700.
Yeah.
Texas A&M's behind Indiana. Third best odds to win this whole thing. Your squad tied with them dogs from Georgia at 10-1.
So the odds are they're overwhelmingly now the favorite. Imagine when they beat Indiana what this is going to go to.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on Bama just yet.
Nor should you.
All this will be about now is health moving forward.
They win out. They're getting a bye.
Yep, I think so too.
That's what this is about for Ohio State. To your point, they beat Indiana. The health gods are on their side. They're probably going back to back.
Ins and outs coming up next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Looking to launch a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to begin? Part-time service in the Ohio Army National Guard can help. You can kickstart your career by enlisting in one of our many trades-based jobs. Get paid to learn these skills and gain on-the-job training when you report to your unit 1 weekend a month or 2 weeks in the summer. To learn how the Guard can pay for your civilian trade certification, visit nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Dormar! Dormar! You're kind of hero!
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you pick match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports ball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Come on, kids, we're going to Grandma's house.
Grandma's house! Grandma's house!
What do we do to be safe and ready to go? We buckle up.
Buckle up!
Phones down.
Thumbs down!
And when we go,
Take it slow!
and if you drink,
Don't drive. And off we go.
ODOT, the Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the Ohio Traffic Safety Office are doing their part to keep roads safe. Do your part to make sure everyone makes it home safe for the holidays.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A nice mix of sun and clouds as we go into the day on Wednesday, and temperatures a little bit milder as we do get up into the low 50s this afternoon. Mostly cloudy tonight with lows in the 40s, and then for Thursday we'll see more clouds but also warmth as daytime highs top out in the mid to low 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present In or Out.
Just a little of the old in and out.
Indeed. You're darn tootin'. All right, my man, what you got?
All right, so we teased it, so let's play it. Here is Dane Brugler. He was on 92.3 up in Cleveland.
If Julian Sand and Jeremiah Smith were both eligible this year, they would be 1-2 in whatever order you wanted to put them. It's rare that a program's two best prospects aren't even draft eligible, but that's part of why Ohio State is number one right now and playing so well is with those two guys on offense and Jeremiah Smith. Next year, and this will be a talking point that comes up quite a bit over the next few months in the lead up to the 26 draft, is how strong the 27 draft looks. And that's not just Jeremiah Smith, but the quarterbacks. And that's something that I'm sure will be talked about, quite a bit, especially with the Browns and their quarterback situation.
Reaction.
So I can't tell you. The quarterback thing is interesting to me. That he thinks that he was coming out this year that he would be the top quarterback without seeing the Indiana-Ohio State game yet. Because that'll be real on real. That'll be something to determine. But it's not surprising at all. I can't sit here and tell you that I'd rather have him than Mendoza right now. I don't know that. There's a good lean to Julian on his poise, his command, his throwing ability, his accuracy, his leadership. The whole thing is there. the Jeremiah doesn't surprise me at all.
No, not at all. I mean, Todd McShay said last year that if Jeremiah came out, he would have been a top 5 pick a year ago after his freshman season. So, yeah, I'm with you. And it does kind of shine a light on what one evaluator thinks of this year's class. And, like, the guys that were supposed to be the dudes, they haven't shown up to the party. Clay Klubnik, Nussmeier, Lenore Sellers, DJ Lagway. Mendoza's, he's been the guy. Obviously, Ty Simpson's fine to me. Like, I don't know how high his ceiling's going to be in the NFL. But, yeah, this year's class has been a disappointment just based off of projections and what they were supposed to be. So I can understand that when you look at especially the things that you identified. But to me, like, one of the most important things is his accuracy. Like, seeing that trait in a young quarterback this early and kind of projecting what he's going to be, you can understand why Dane would make that leap and identify him as the guy, the QB1 in this year's draft. And so he's got a lot of work to do, obviously, the rest of this year. But that type of ceiling is in play for Julian. If he can repeat what he did this season and turn that into next year, yeah, that's 1-1 type of stuff.
Yeah, so the reason that nobody knows when great college players get to the pros if they'll actually live up to every last bit of hype is that I can't tell you right now, and I don't think you guys could, that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be the best receiver from that draft. Like, at this point, you would say no. He's not.
I'd say Neighbors is better than him.
Neighbors is probably better. You'd probably even consider a Dunze, Brian Thomas Jr.
He's had a down second year.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy is now down because he's more of a gadget guy. But I think when he was on fire, like, they got the next Tyreek Hill.
Which I still can't believe the Bills made that trade with them. That's unbelievable.
Ricky Pearsall, Xavier Leggett.
It's crazy that the Bills made that trade. Yeah. Why are you doing any business with a team that you're probably going to see in the AFC Championship?
Glad McConkey was in that draft.
Unreal.
And they just benched the receiver who they took in that draft last
Keon
week.
Coleman,
He took a 1 week benching for showing up late to practice.
Yeah. So my point is that when Marvin was doing Marvin things here, it was fit him for a gold jacket. It was he's going to be as good or better than his dad. And depends on where you're going. Depends on the system, how you process through that.
Yeah.
That level jump you would think would be baby stuff for a Marvin Harrison and a Jeremiah Smith, and it probably will be.
Yeah.
But Marvin's had his moments of not quite living up to number 4 pick overall. And at this point, if you're redrafting, to your point, a lot of these GMs would say, give me Malik Neighbors. And it's not like they were that far apart anyway.
I still think they would take Marvin over all the other guys we mentioned.
Over Neighbors?
No, outside of Neighbors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, outside of Neighbors. I think they would still take him over those other guys.
And they're both probably going to be, you probably won't be able to go wrong with either one.
Right.
But so to say right now that when he says that these guys that they were coming out would go 1-2, well, talent-wise, you cannot argue with that.
Yeah, and also, like we mentioned, situation, too. Like, Marvin went into an offense that has one of the best tight ends in it, too, right? So, like, Trey McBride is an absolute target vacuum. And so, going into that deal versus when Neighbors got to New York, he was the guy. And so, Trey McBride is going to soak up a lot of that work. So, that's been a little bit of a challenge, too, along with some of the things on his side of things where maybe he's not holding up his end of the bargain.
So it's been a poor couple days in what has been a poor season for the Wisconsin Badgers. They've lost a couple offensive line commits. One flipped his commitment to Indiana, and one just reopened his recruitment in general. The guy who just generally reopened his commitment, or his recruitment rather, is a guy named Maddox Cochran. And he was asked about why he is no longer interested in being a future Wisconsin Badger. And his answer was, I just can't. Is that a sufficient response for not wanting to play for Wisconsin?
Sounds a little bit Gen Z, does it not?
I just can't.
No, the big Gen Z one is I can't even.
Yeah.
I can't even is big Gen Z talk right there. I can't even. But I just can't. Is that a simply said enough of a response?
I'm not
given the current state of the program
buying it, because we had heard that Wisconsin's NIL funding was a lot less than some of the top programs. I don't know if that really explains it all away. The bad losses might be in that recipe too, or the fact that he doesn't think there's a lot of promise there, that there's a lot of concern surrounding that program on whether they have the resources in NIL to compete with other people. So I just can't.
Yeah, like
it
there's
does
a lot
lean
of
away from the financials when he says that. It does lean a little more towards, I'm not getting involved in that.
It's just that mess.
Dark,
I just can't hop
That's
on
what
that
it sounds
train.
like.
Yeah, like that's how I'm reading it too. It's like what I thought they would be in year. What is this? 3 for Fick or 2 up there?
No, it's more than
more than that. Okay, yeah,
4.
Yeah,
because
4 for him.
UC went to the playoffs in 2021. Did he come back for a year, or did he immediately go to Wisconsin after the playoffs?
When was the playoff again?
21.
This is his 4th year.
Okay.
Yeah. This will be his 4th year in Wisconsin.
So looking at the body of work, like this is unfortunately what you got to fight against right now with Fick. And when you got programs like Indiana on the rise and you're kind of going the other way, that's going to be more appealing to guys as well. And so I understand it for sure. The I just can't it's a new one for me.
They can't score points.
Yeah.
That may be the I just can't. I can't be involved in that. They're just not. There's just no hope. So
that's it right there.
I don't have any. I don't think Fickle is using lack of NIL as an excuse. I haven't heard him go down that road. So, but I think there's a lot of truth to it.
You mentioned their ability to not score points. Last in the Big Ten right now. 12 points per game. That is nasty work. Less than 2 touchdowns a game? And I know they haven't had their quarterbacks and all that stuff, and that's real. But
so basically, they play Ohio State's defense every week,
pretty much. Yeah.
Since Wisconsin beat Rutgers last year, I don't have all their current schedule in front of me, but I'm just looking at total points in each game against P4 schools. 23 at Northwestern, 13 against Penn State, 10 at Iowa, 13 against Oregon, 7 against Minnesota, 14 at Bama, 10 versus Maryland, 10 at Michigan. Like only 2 of the last 9 games, if you go back to early October, only 2 of the last 9 games are above 14 points.
And in a win.
And you just gave us their average.
In a win against Washington.
So guess what? I just can't.
You can't. And in a win against Washington, they barely got by. 13-10. Final score of that one. Unreal.
All right. So Cam Scatterbo appeared at which wrestling event?
This would be WWE Monday Night Raw, the last Monday Night Raw for John Cena. You can't see him.
And it was in Madison Square Garden.
Yes, it was.
Which is why a lot of New York Giants rookies, Jackson Dart not being one of them because he's in concussion protocol, and maybe some of the pyrotechnics would have set him off. I don't know. But Cam Scatterbo out for the year. He dislocated his ankle very grossly, except he was getting in the middle of the action a little bit, was going nose to nose with one of the wrestlers, and the wrestler shoved him back down into his seat. Mm-hmm. Now he's fine. It's just a little bit disheartening for Giants fans because they're the ones who have to endure his health emotionally with wanting him to get back on the field next season. And Cam Scatterbo responds, honestly, if you don't like that I'm having a good time while dealing with a tough time, then just go ahead and unfollow and casually move on. I'm not able to play football and have the fun I've been having my whole life, so I'm doing things outside the box, trying to find stuff to keep me happy. Enjoy the rest of y'all's week, and just don't talk about me if you ain't got nothing nice to say. Are you in or out on Cam Scatterbo, giving the Heisman to all the fans who are saying, focus on your health and quit showing up at wrestling events?
I don't think they're mad he showed up at the wrestling event. It's the physicality that's just like, what are we doing, bro? Like that is just it's a tough look, when especially the injury that he has. And so him shoving one of the wrestlers down to the ground, really no issue with that. For me, it was then the back and forth with the physicality that was just like, all right, a little too much dip on your chip, Cam Scatterbo, for that. But the response, I am in on that. I'm here for it.
It's typical 23-year-old. If you're a few weeks removed from surgery, I don't think you ought to be involved in any of that, like that kind of stuff. This is very typical of when a regular employee, if you want to relate it to one of us, like a regular employee calls in sick, and then they're not doing anything like too much exertion, but you see them, I don't know, out to dinner that night.
Or it'd be like, AR, I think if you saw them like yelling or screaming or something, like if you got like if you're sick, like using your voice in another way, like that would be like, all right, bro, like what are we doing here?
I think this story has 0 legs. I think it's done. I think whatever it was. He didn't get hurt. They're going to move on. But as far as being in or out on his response, I think he should have just let it go. But now he's alienated some of his own fan base.
You mentioned how old he is.
Yeah, it's 23.
Those guys aren't used to being hush-hush. Like, they're going to clap back.
2 minutes, we come back with Bobby Carpenter and get the inside stuff on Ohio State the week before the week. Rothman and Ice and the Fan. Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, and player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model, starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus, get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and K miles per year ends 12/1.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and Thanksgiving is approaching quick. Still plenty of time to get your Awaken 180 consultation on the calendar to receive your $500 off. It's a thank you from Awaken 180. No, you don't need to start the program right before Turkey Day. Simply have your consultation now and be ready to start the Monday after. 4 weeks before the new year, and with results like mine, you could be down 27 pounds on your way to dropping 50. Fast results, and now with $500 off. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Maddie ranked the most dynamic duo of all time, Caesar Salad and Moscow Mule. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, he's our guy from the Morning Juice. Former Buckeye great. He's Bobby Carpenter on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. My man, I saw that North Carolina football is fighting for their lives. And Bill Belichick is at an adult cheer competition.
When you say adult cheer competition, Rothman, I feel like there's a connotation to that. You know, I mean, anytime you use the term adult beforehand,
That's right.
I feel like I might need to get a shower and a cigarette, you know, like to really lean into that. Have you ever been to a cheer competition?
No.
I feel like Maddie has.
I have, only because
I knew it.
It was years ago, my travel baseball team, we were in Nashville for a tournament, and at the convention center there was a big cheerleading competition. So this was like, Bob, when we were like 14 or 15, and so you know what type of weekend we were having chasing around.
ING weekend.
Yeah.
Rothman was all about it.
So that wasn't an adult cheer
no,
camp. Okay.
No. My girlfriend, my junior year in high school, actually was like big into that. So I have been to those. I've never been to an adult one. It was amazing looking at some of the folks from the pictures. Well, because it's an adult. I mean, it's not a scholastic one, which is, there's certain sports that you kind of retire, you know, I guess, or certain things maybe you retire like after school. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I don't know, an adult cheer competition. Like, who are you cheering for? What's the team? I mean, you know, it's a competitive thing, but, like, you don't see me out there, like, getting people together to go play a football game.
They do have the 35 and 40-year-old and up leagues, Bob. You can get out there and crack some heads if you still got it.
That sounds terrible. That's so big. Bobby's playing in an adult football league. I mean, what is an over 40 football league? You know,
it's a flag football league, but only flags.
No, yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm not. That seems like too much.
You try to reach and grab onto the flag, but sometimes
these dudes are in full pads.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying the one if I sent him to an adult football league, it would be just flag football, flags only.
I like it. Here's the thing with Bill. I mean, maybe he's got to the point in his life, Rothman. I mean, everybody kind of gets there, and you know, you realize the precious time that you have. And, sometimes
you don't want to miss those things.
The only question is, what do you do with the time you have left? And he's, 73 years old, and he wants to spend that supporting, his lovely girlfriend / fiance, and she goes to all his events. So in turn, he felt the need and compelled to go to hers.
He's got Duke to prepare for this week.
They can make a bowl. Listen,
I
if they
know
go
they're
6
fighting.
and 6.
That's why I said they're fighting for their lives.
They've been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks, and if they end up going 6 and 6 and make a bowl game, based upon how bad they were last year and like what we viewed this season being a train wreck, that's actually not bad.
It's a win for them.
If he can beat Duke and then NC State and get to a bowl game, absolutely. Then I'm not going to argue with any of his strategy going into these things by going to these adult cheer camps. I asked Lachey this on Monday because I always felt like for some reason the game before Michigan for him was always Northwestern, always. And I have in my head yours was Purdue. I'm wrong?
We played Purdue my sophomore year. I think we played Illinois.
Twice?
What?
I thought you played them at least 2 times in your career.
I think
the week
my
before
junior
Michigan.
year we played over there. My sophomore and junior we played here and there. My freshman year, I think that was Mo Hall in double overtime at Illinois. Spent a lot of time in the land of Lincoln Rothman for some reason before Michigan. And then my senior year we had Northwestern here, which was a nice little send-off because we got to do the curtain calls and everything for senior day.
Did you remember caring? I would, as a coach, I would want that game to be at noon, the game before Michigan, because I want it all buttoned up at 3 o'clock. I want to be ready. I don't want to play a 3:30 game the week before Michigan. Did you remember because you probably did play Purdue at 3:30 at some point.
Yes.
Did that matter? Obviously it probably didn't matter to you.
3:30 wasn't crazy. We didn't play the night games then, so it wasn't as big a deal.
Right.
But the Purdue game I do remember. It was because it was pitch black in the second half. It felt like a night game. And
the one you lost?
The one we won, I remember that it was a really nice day here. It was crazy nice for being that late in the year. And that was at home. The one over there, I think, was maybe a noon game. We weren't as good my junior year. And then my senior year, Northwestern was probably a nooner as well. I think that Illinois game was a 3:30 over there, though. But you want to get, especially when you're on the road, you want to get back and get started. I know they pushed back, and that's why they made the Purdue game when it was to take the UCLA game at night. And I think they kind of horse traded a little bit to get this situation. So if you're a coach, you can get working. If you're a player, you can start to get working and rehabbing. That's the bigger thing. If you have guys that get nicked up, it doesn't sound like much, but those extra 5 or 6 hours getting done and being kind of done with the game by 4:30, 5 o'clock and back to the Woody and starting working is a lot different than if that's at 10:30 at night.
All right, Bob. But, as you know, a lot of people are wondering what's going on with old Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. And so I just want to give you the floor to kind of shine a light on what you think is really happening with these two really good wide receivers right now.
Well, I think you saw J.J. laboring. I mean, obviously there's some sort of leg, deal, probably upper thigh that he's battling. And he wanted to play last week. He played through it a little bit and you pulled him out. And so you're thinking this week, probably not necessary, big dog. And he's a competitor, and he wants to be out there. So it's tough, but it's listen, let's get this thing under control, get it calmed down. Because it's not just Michigan. Then you got Indiana after that. And then, hopefully you're getting a bye. But if not, then you've got this Herculean run. So it's not hey, we'll rest you in a couple weeks. No, you want to get this thing calmed down. I think Carnell, from the sounds of it, it's probably, a soft tissue deal. And the reality, they don't need these guys. And it's good to see Bryson Rodgers get out there, and Quincy Porter and some of these guys who have made some plays and start looking good and see those young receivers. And then you can see how good that Julian Sayin really is when he's throwing to these guys, and they may not both be first-round NFL draft picks tomorrow if they chose to be so.
If this was Michigan week, would you feel like they would or could go?
Yeah. I would say so. I think there's an element of that. And like Ryan said, they're not season-ending injuries. And I would feel like if this was a game of high-level consequence, that these guys find a way to go. Probably a little more JJ just with – it looked like his was more of a bruise in nature, just a rough deal on the leg. We'll see. Carnell, I think, but I think both of those guys, if it was a critical game where you had to go, I think both of them would. And that's why I think Ryan's kind of talked about where, this they're not season-ending things. Like, you want them to get right more than anything. You don't want them to be rusty, but you want them to be healthy for the run.
21 years ago today, Bob, we had the Malice at the Palace.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Old Bobby
Steven
Carpenter,
Jackson.
back in the day, would you have been in the mix if that would have happened with you and your teammates?
Listen, it's amazing that transpired. And I always tell people, that dude that was wandering around on the court, is it Steven Jackson?
Yeah, it was him, yeah.
Bro, he hit him with that right cross, and just most NBA players, like, they pretend to fight and don't really want to. Yeah. Dude, Steven Jackson, he wasn't messing around. I'm like, you want to wander down into the lion's den, then don't complain when you get bit by the lion.
I think what Maddie's trying to ask you is if somebody from the stands threw a cup at you, would you go full Ron Artest into the bleachers?
Depends on where my head was at in that given day and what was going on. But if you catch me on the wrong day, I'm going to be honest. Someone stole my kid's e-bike after the football game on Saturday night. And we put air tags in it, and we found it. And it was probably the best thing in the world. And my wife was yelling at me the whole way up as we were driving up Olentangy going to Henderson Road. And I'm like, this son of a gun. She's like, you've done stuff. I'm like, I've never stolen somebody's property just to get home, this sack of crap. And I thank the Lord that it wasn't behind someone's garage door, because I would have knocked on that door. And if it would have been a dude there, I would have probably punched it through his face and broke his nose and then drug him out to his garage to figure out whether it was him or one of his crap little kids that stole the e-bike and her trash bags. So, yeah.
So you didn't call the police? You went after the bike on your own?
What am I supposed to do? Call the police? It's a game day, Rothman. My wife tracked some crackhead down that stole it from Giant Eagle, and she found him way over off Trebrew Road. And the police are like, don't follow. She's like, get out of here, dude. I'm going to get this bike back. You're never going to find it otherwise. Now, I would have been more confident if she would have actually had a weapon or something to do it. She somehow scared the guy off of it because she tried to run him off the road and then got it. But yeah, dude, you're not taking my property. Okay, if you want to throw a beer at me and it's the wrong day, you picked a bad day, buddy. That's all I'll tell you.
Picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
Blank around and find out, huh?
I'm not sure. Yeah, listen, everybody mess around and find out. The problem is now is there's no consequences for people in society.
Yeah.
They should show that to every fan pregame. Show the Malice in the Palace. Like, hey, before you think about getting outside yourself and having a couple drinks too many and thinking that you might be ready to go down there and get in the mix, just watch this. Here's our video. Steven Jackson, bam, right to the suck hole. Or watch old boy on the golf course. Bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm talking about. That guy was drunk trying to take on that old NHL player. Oh, you want some more? You're going to climb up out of the water, Rothman?
That's right.
Here you go. I'll send you right back to where you came from.
I got an idea for you. Remember that show Bait Car? You and I create a bait bike. And then we just put it somewhere and then bait them into taking it. And
really
then you and I,
Rothman,
I'll be the production crew and you'll be the guy.
I still like that show.
Dude,
that was a good show.
You're bringing out the worst parts of me when we do this. I'm trying to be a good Christian man and I had failed so miserably. And the best thing that ever happened is that bike was just sitting there right in front of on the road, not really in front of someone's house. So I'm like, at least I can't go out there and try to find out whose this was. I'm just going to put it in the car, go back to the house, have a couple more drinks, and watch Texas finish up getting blasted by Georgia.
Right. So the assailant really just needed transportation.
I assume so.
It wasn't send it to a chop shop or something.
Well,
sell it on the side.
But it doesn't matter. If we wouldn't have had it air tagged, we'd have never found that thing again. Right. That's the issue. So listen,
think about the bait bike thing. Just don't shut it down. Just think about it. You and
my wife would kill you for letting me be a part of that because it brings out the worst parts of me. The worst parts of me, Rothman.
Well, we got the best parts.
You ever
here.
seen Mark Sanchez? There you go. I'll give him a bat. I'll give you a little Billy Club because, buddy, if you want to juice me up, I'll take a couple of them. Then I'm gonna flip that bat from you and beat you into a pulp. All right, I'm going to take that knife. I'll hit a couple shanks in the torso. I'm going to peel it out, and then I'm going to turn it back on you.
Glad we worked out a lot of this over our segment, though. I feel like this was therapeutic, though. We got a lot out that didn't cause any problems, and
Just let me know. Does that qualify him for comeback player of the year? You think, Matty?
Comeback broadcaster of the year.
Comeback broadcaster.
Might be. All right, my man. Be well. Keep an eye on the stuff. We'll talk to you soon.
Go Bucks.
That's Bobby Carpenter with us. We'll come back with a Buckeye Bulletin. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Ooh, winter's coming. And when the wind starts to blow, don't come inside to the cold. Open the door to peace of mind with your Waterworks and Header Precision Furnace Tune-Up and Energy Savings Plan. Your furnace is the heart of your home, and Waterworks and Header will have yours running at peak performance throughout the winter. Plus, you'll save on those energy bills too. Go to waterworks.com and schedule your furnace tune-up online. Waterworks and Header, heating, cooling, and plumbing, together to serve you better.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
It's Happy Honda Days at John Hinderer Honda. Lease a 2026 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport for $199 a month for 36 months. Visit HindererHonda.com. Buy a vehicle and we'll donate a Thanksgiving dinner to a local family in need.
Tax, title, and registration extra 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents per mile. Over restrictions apply. See deal for details. Offer ends 12/1/25.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and now my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Matty Ice here. If you're ready for some amazing Black Friday deals, head on over to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, where the savings are rolling all month long. You can lease a brand new 2026 Chevy Equinox front-wheel drive LT for just $309 a month for 36 months, or if financing is more your style, grab it for only $415 a month for 84 months for qualified buyers. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Do you want to walk, play pickleball, and enjoy other fun activities to stay healthy, but you can't because of bad feet? Hi, this is Mike, and the Good Feet store wants to help.
I just had difficulty walking. I tried them on in the store, and my foot felt so much better.
Do you keep buying new shoes and inserts with little or no relief?
I tried all kinds of shoes. It was the arch supports that made the difference from the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet, knees, or back problems get in the way of staying healthy and having fun.
Thanks to the Good Feet store, I bowl in 3 nights a week.
Get back to doing what you love. At the Good Feet store, we'll personally fit you with high-quality arch supports to maximize your comfort. Stop in the Good Feet store or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Bishop and Friends.
Why would you want gym first period? And he's like, well, it's an easy way to start your day. And I said, yeah, but you're all sweaty then for the rest of the day. Dad, who sweats in gym class?
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another furnace breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day furnace installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. Ryan Day wants to have his team's full attention this week, the week before the week, and that may be the hardest part about it because you know it's coming next week. Try to avenge the losing streak to Michigan and keep the undefeated season going and get the bye and play in the Big Ten. Like, there's a lot here. So I understand where he's going with this. He wants him to stay focused, stay sharp. He also, at the very least, doesn't want to go into the Michigan game on like a bad note. Doesn't want to feel like, oh, we didn't play our best, or we fumbled the football, or we survived against a bad team because we can do that. Those aren't the things he wants to be talking about after this game. I think ideally he'd want to have this thing in the can by the end of the third quarter, and then be done with it.
I think that's ideal for him, but I think based off of what he's been saying all year, you just win that game and immediately the focus is Michigan, right? Like, I don't even know how caught up we would even get in the whole process.
They played a bad game?
Without Carnell and Jeremiah. Like, I think that's where my mind would go, at least, is they didn't have their two top dogs. If it was a little clunky, that's kind of to be not expected, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. And I wouldn't be too caught up in, now are they not who we've seen them be all year going into Michigan.
I don't think that. But I think for a coach, his own mentals, his own confidence, his team's confidence, he doesn't want to be talking about, and you're right, he may not be talking about that, but if they did have missed tackles, some uncharacteristic turnovers, if they had stuff like that, it's not anything that he wants to think about going into Michigan. I think he just wants to have it as clean as possible.
Yeah, I hear you. And my guess is he probably won't have to worry about that based off of what the defense has done and probably will do again this week. This is just all about a clean bill of health, as clean as you can possibly have going into next Saturday.
It's also pretty good for him, and that I don't think he has to take any risks this Saturday at all, because he just got done playing one of the worst run defenses in the conference in UCLA. Guess who's worse than them? Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is tailor-made for a quick-moving game, clock running game, all that. I'm not saying you don't pass, you will, but you don't need to risk much, probably, to feel good about going into next week. And I think this one kind of sets up for that.
Yeah, I'm with you. And, the way that things have been trending with the run game, it's a good sign, because I think they're going to go into that game next Saturday with some confidence. The stat, we'll bring it up all week. Everybody's going to bring it up all week about the rushing battle and what it means to that game. But outside of that, where we're at right now with Bo Jackson, the offensive line, and that crew, they have caught, I think, a wave of momentum that they haven't had all season. And
is
that's
that opponent driven?
Maybe so.
To some degree?
Maybe so, yeah, for sure. But I just think even from the neck up part of it, for me, the confidence that's going to be there for them and not really questioning, do we have what it takes to get after an opponent with the run? That's been quieted down the last couple of weeks, and that, to your point, should continue this Saturday, afternoon, with the lack of resistance that Rutgers has brought to the party with their run defense.
They played, this is, by the way, I lied, not the second worst defense in the Big Ten. This week, they're facing the worst run defense in the country.
In the country, huh?
Not just Big Ten.
Oh, wow.
Rutgers is allowing 6.6 yards a tote.
Yeah, it's time to eat. Offensive line and running backs, time to eat.
They should look really good, and it should tailor to the game plan this week.
And it should also tailor to the decision to keep Carnell and Jeremiah on ice this week. Is that exactly? You see that there's a clear pathway to victory with the offense being able to maybe go to something else this week. Maybe it can be a heavy, run-driven type of game plan this week. Who knows?
Here's the counter to the argument of, well, he hasn't played in a little while. You want him to be sharp. You want him to feel the rhythm of it. The counter to that is have him re-aggravate something this Saturday.
Yeah.
And then the counter is, what in the world why would he be out there for this game? So I think that's probably in the process, unless he's just 100%, and then you can't really guess anymore. Here is Ryan Day and I love this from yesterday, on trying to find out what kind of guy he has week to week by looking in their eyes.
I think eyes lead to the soul, man. You look at someone's eyes, you know exactly what's going on. And that mindset starts with how you look. And someone told me that, and I agree with it. And so you can tell exactly, what you're dealing with when you look somebody in the eye. I watch a sideline, I watch the TV copies, I watch everything just to see what the look in everybody's eye is. And I think when you look at our guys, there's a certain business about them, and that's the way we're going to play the game.
Look eye, Danielson. Always look eye. Here he is on the need to be sharp for Rutgers.
They always put pressure on you in all three phases. It starts with special teams and then goes to offense and defense. And, they always have a plan of how they want to attack you. And they play complementary football. So, coming off of a win and a bye week, so we got to be on our game.
Interesting.
They play complementary football by matching their poor defense with
their poor
offense.
offense. Right. They're equally bad on both sides. Their front six, they have 10 sacks this year. That's last in the Big Ten, 132nd in the country. So this one is on a tee, and they better knock it out of the park. That is today's Buckeye Bulletin.
Fellas, you only get one life, and it's too short for not nows or maybe laters, and I'll do it tomorrow. No, take care of your health right now, and that's why I'm here to talk to you about the Columbus Men's Clinic. Because if you're noticing issues with ED or low T, then your relationships, your confidence, and even your career has already been affected. Over at the Columbus Men's Clinic, it's a medical provider that is waiting to help you out with these issues. Because did you know there's treatments that can help you maintain what you already have? That's right, fellas. Just like going to the gym to maintain muscle, there are ways to keep ED and low T at bay without a pill. So no more excuses. Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 right now, or you can book online, guys, in under 30 seconds at the columbusmensclinic.com. Since 2014, they've been helping men get headed in the right direction, and they want you to be next in line. So again, call them at 614-300-7400, or you can book an appointment online, again, in under 30 seconds at the columbusmensclinic.com.
All right, we're not playing, so we're allowed to look ahead, and there is a look-ahead line to the Michigan game next week. How much is Ohio State actually favored by today when it comes to that team up north? We'll tell you next after a Fan Sports Update. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Monday starts up a pretty big week. Gobble, gobble, and all that crap. Let's focus on what really matters. Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
The Fan.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Your credit doesn't define your ride. Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall approves all credit types, good, bad, or rebuilding. Get behind the wheel today. Call 614-861-7150 or apply online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Looking for a bottle of the best blended whiskey in America? Well, look no further than High Bank Distillery Co. Their Whiskey War Barrel Proof won this prestigious title at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. That's the most prestigious spirits competition in the world. From their classic Whiskey War to Double Oak to my personal favorite, the Cigar Cask, there is something for everyone. Find a bottle near you and learn more at highbankdistillery.com. Drink the best, forget the rest.
If you haven't felt the rush of the holiday season, trust me, it's coming. Eric Reeser here. Get your body ready for all the tailgating and all the turkey at Hydrate Me Med Spa. They've got 4 convenient locations in Central Ohio, offering medical-grade IV and aesthetic treatments to help you look and feel your best during the hustle and bustle. I dropped into their Dublin location for an ozone therapy treatment. They infused my blood with medical-grade ozone that gave me a much-needed energy boost and properly prepared my immune system to tackle cold days and crowded stadiums. Look great, feel great today. Book your drip at hydratememedspa.com.
Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. And Meijer is making it easier than ever to share more good. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd through the 29th, when you buy Meijer brand Fredericks by Meijer, Purple Cow, or True Goodness Foods, our Simply Give program will provide a meal to help feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. It's the simple way to put the giving and Thanksgiving together. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details. One meal equals 25 cents based on an average meal cost from select Meijer food pantry partners. Learn more at Meijer.com/aboutmeijer/community.html.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. based on individual members' experiences. Results may vary.
Rick Germain called me the other day and said, Mikey, we need you back at Germain Nissan. The dealership misses you, and people are forgetting how awesome Nissans are. I'm a dude that's owned pretty much every Nissan under the sun, and I'm excited to go back in and get my hands dirty. You have to be crazy not to consider a Nissan from Germain Nissan. J.D. Power ranked Nissan #1 in customer satisfaction among mainstream brands. Plus, with Germain's $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a Nissan for less. Germain Nissan, 4300 Morse Road, GermainNissan.com.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit A Home for the Holidays, Columbus.org to buy your tickets. That's A Home for the Holidays, Columbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. The Ohio State women's basketball team, coming off of a loss to UConn this past weekend, is back at home tonight hosting Kent State at 6:30. Tyler Danberg has the call over on the Fan 2 at 6:15. The Cleveland Cavaliers have won 2 straight. They'll look to make that 3 when they host the Houston Rockets tonight at 7. Dylan Gabriel remains in concussion protocol, so Kevin Stefanski has named Shedeur Sanders the Browns starting quarterback this Sunday when they travel to Vegas to take on the Raiders. You'll be able to hear that game right here on the Fan beginning at 2 with the kick at 4:05. Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. will miss the rest of the season to undergo surgery to repair a partial ACL tear. Kirk Cousins will start the remainder of the season for the Falcons. This one brought to you by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online, sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Final hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. We are expecting a visit with Zach Werenski for Hockey and Hounds at 2:30. He'll be hanging out in Toronto after the game last night that felt like, even though they tied it after the first period, they were chasing that all night on a back-to-back. So hopefully they'll get some rest and fire up against a Toronto team that certainly is going to want to win because they're feeling the heat as well. I did just see this opening line for Ohio State, Michigan.
Okay.
And I don't even know who Michigan is playing this week.
Oh,
do you guys know?
Neither do I. Let's find that out right now.
Nope. Find it out live on the air.
The Michigan Wolverines, who are 18th in the country right now, play at Maryland this week. 4 o'clock kick on BTN.
4 o'clock. Brutal. So Ohio State gets the time advantage there. I was serious when I said to Bob, if I'm a Buckeye fan, I love the games at noon.
The week before.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If I'm a coach, I love it. Anything about it. Button it up, 3:30, lock it down. It's Michigan week. I don't want that drifting into the evening at all. That's just me. I like to have that. Whatever hour advantage that's going to be. Yeah. What is it going to be? Their game will end at what time?
Probably 7:30-ish.
So you get a 4-hour head start.
Didn't Urban demand that when he was the coach?
I think he did, yeah.
He demanded that the game before Michigan be a noon kick?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I've heard somebody else say that. I have no idea who I heard say that, but that's just a memory.
Absolutely. I would want that. So we give them Ohio State will get a 4-hour head start. It's like The Fugitive. Check every farmhouse, outhouse, hen house, dog house. Like I want a 4-hour head start. If I gave you a 4-hour head start right now, Maddie, where would you go?
4-hour head start to do, just
in a vehicle. You get to go one direction.
Well, I'm not going far because I'm not driving over 3.5 hours.
That's right. You're the wrong guy to ask.
I'm not going
That's right.
far.
I'm certainly not going on I-70. I'll be stuck in some traffic jam. All right, Ohio State's line here, 12.5.
Oh, I wanted to guess.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was going to guess 10.5. So I would have been a hair low. That was going to be my honest guess there. So
this is a massive spread.
Yeah. I would love to know.
Probably should be.
What was last year's line?
20.5.
The game. It was 20.5 at home. Sure. Yeah. How nasty Michigan's offense was at the quarterback stuff.
Lose outright.
And they still lost. Yeah.
Yeah. These actually the ones the last 2 years are the biggest. I don't know what it'll kick at.
Mm-hmm.
Might come down. Somebody comes on Michigan. I don't know why it would, but you're still going into that game with a little bit of unknown from the mental standpoint.
What brings me a lot of confidence is Matt Patricia this year against a true freshman quarterback.
The talent, too, is off the charts.
In a true freshman quarterback that's not going to have their top running back or one of their top running backs alongside him because it doesn't look like Justice Haynes is going to be available for him next week. And so we've seen Matt Patricia all year long just cook at a high level as a defensive coordinator and really fluster a lot of quarterbacks and especially some of the quarterbacks that don't have a lot of experience. And so that combination with what you're talking about with at every level of this defense, we've seen guys rise up and ball out, and especially in the middle of that defense with the linebacking duo, and then obviously what's back there with Caleb and IGB and that crew. But up front, like we've mentioned, Caden McDonald and Caden Curry, and a lot of these guys all year, there's just not a lot of places you can go when you're at offense right now to pick on any area of this defense for Ohio State. So he's going to throw some stuff at a young quarterback that he's never seen before. And so that should be a massive uphill climb for Michigan offensively next week.
Should be. Yep. Underwood's going to have to run a lot. He's going to have to take off. He's going to have to use everything from an athletic standpoint to try to keep chains moving. And this, I know I'm saying what we've said the last few years. On paper, this shouldn't be a problem. But the game isn't played on paper. It's a rival game. It's a one-off. It means everything now. It always has meant everything, but I mean, now that they've flipped it, like they have the confidence to keep the streak going. They may feel like they've got the mental edge, even though they've got the lesser team. And they've got home. But, I go into this game as confident as I've gone into the last for Ohio State. So I think until people see it, until Buckeye fan actually sees it, they won't allow themselves to get overly confident. I just don't think they will, but
especially
Las Vegas is telling us that they told us last year.
I think you're right, AR, to identify how I think a lot of Buckeye fans are going to feel because confidence was sky high last year. The game's at home. We got all these veteran players suiting up, veteran guy under center. And the rivalry showed us that stuff sometimes just doesn't matter.
Well, what happens when you play a game?
See what had happened.
What had happened was when you go into a game trying to be perfect and not make mistakes, it does mess with you a little bit. It does. You're not freed up.
Playing tight, yeah.
You feel like you got to be perfect. And they didn't have to be perfect last year. They didn't. They had to stress Michigan more than they did. Michigan had some good defenders last year. I won the game in a phone booth, but it took a couple of missed kicks. It took a bad turnover in the red zone. Like, it took some things for Michigan to escape with that victory. And
they really catered to their weakness with that Will Howard interception that was right at the doorstep of a touchdown for them, right? And so Michigan knew coming into the game, man, marching up and down the field consistently is probably not going to be in play for us. They didn't have to do that. So they got handed a gift. They capitalized on that. And so that's just what I think this year's team has to avoid again.
The other thing that they had last year is that Michigan did convert third downs. It's not what we've seen against an Ohio State defense, a team converting 50% of their third downs. That doesn't happen. Ohio State had more first downs. They had more passing yards. They had less penalties. They didn't turn it over more than Michigan. But they were hell-bent on, we got to run the football to win this game. And to Michigan's credit, they did run the football, and with Mullings. Like, he got him. Not for
his numbers weren't crazy, right?
His average wasn't crazy, but the amount of when you give a guy the ball 30-plus times, then you feel like you're having some success, and they did.
Yeah, and then he broke that one. That was, I think, a kind of a back
30-yarder.
Yeah, broke that one. That was a tough one for sure. Yeah.
So, anyway, it's 12.5, and that's where it sits. All right, where are you guys on? I'm looking at the NFL standings right now, and I'm trying to determine who's safe and who's not.
Of the division winners, is that what you're looking at right now?
The division leaders, who's safe and who's not.
So by safe, we're saying
they'll
now
hang on to it.
Is going to hang on to their division.
Hang on, Sloopy.
I got 2 in the AFC, I think, which I should probably say 1.5.
The Pats should hang on.
That's the half.
Yep. It's close. 2-game lead on
Buffalo. Yeah. And they have one more matchup with Buffalo.
Actually, New England's played 11 games. Buffalo's played 10.
I think the game for New England against Buffalo is now at home. The next matchup.
Yeah. I feel like there's only I agree with you. I think it's probably 1.5.
8 in a row. My goodness.
I don't think your Steelers are not winning the division.
No.
I doubt they will. Now with the Rodgers problem and here come the Ravens and the schedule, you combine it all. I like the Ravens to win the North still. The Pats, I certainly would hang. The Pats have won 8 in a row. Colts, I think, are safe.
That's the one.
You don't think they're safe?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I'm saying I said 1.5. The Patriots were the half. The Colts were the 1. I don't think the Jaguars are winning that division.
No. Denver's safe?
I don't trust them.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, they do have 2 matchups with Tennessee left, that being the Jaguars, but also 2 matchups with Indy, too. And so I'm not going to say that Indy is completely safe just yet. Not with 2 head-to-heads against Jacksonville, and Jacksonville has 2 matchups against Tennessee. That's not a wrap yet.
But you wouldn't put your money on Jacksonville.
No, and I guess the whole thing, this whole exercise, right, is like which division leader is safe and going to the leader now that's going to win the division. I don't think that's done yet. I don't think Indy is that safe.
It's a 2-game lead, but I feel like looking at both those teams over the year, I think the Colts are safe. Yes, from mathematics speaking, they're not.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if you had to pick, you had to attach yourself to the team, they're going to win the division or not, you're definitely going to take the 2-game lead.
I also just have a distrust of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't even trust their defense.
All that stuff's fair. I'm just pointing out their schedule. Like it's not done yet for them. That's all.
Denver.
I can't commit.
Me either.
Why? Because they have 1 game in Kansas City left? Because I think they're going to win it. They get the Raiders.
Chargers still on deck. Yeah, I'm with you, TLC. I can't go all in yet. That's done.
All right, here, yeah. I'll go 2.
So you guys like the Chargers to steal it from them?
They're 3-0 in the division right now. The Chargers are.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bump it up to 2. I'll say the Colts are the 1 lock, and then I got a half lock on the Patriots and a half lock on the Broncos. And that's my 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag math. Hello.
Well, yeah, I don't trust. Well, I certainly don't trust your Steelers to be able to do this.
God, no.
The Pats and the Bills are interesting.
You know what? I might lock up the Ravens to win the division. They're not even in first place. I'll give them the lock before I give the Steelers the lock.
Yes.
2 more matchups. We haven't faced each other, have we?
No, you'll play them twice.
Who does New England have on their side left?
New England's going to play Cincy and the Giants and
the Jets.
Yeah.
That's a lock.
I agree. Yeah,
that's the lock. Miami, Jets, Buffalo. Yeah, that's the lock. I think all for me. The other 3 are up in the air.
Yeah,
we can hit the NFC in pre-snap, but that's going to be quite a challenge outside of the NFC East because the other 3 divisions, we got a whole lot.
Yes, there's some middle room in that North for sure. All right, we'll come back and do that next. We'll give you the NFC, which divisions are safe. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Dormar, you're kind of hero. When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Chronic pain can make life feel impossible, but at QC Kinetics, there's a breakthrough that's giving people real hope. Stem wave therapy.
It has fundamentally changed the way I look at cases after 30 years in practice. So when we talk about regenerative medicine, we're talking about these types of devices.
That's Dr. Tony DeCesaro, one of the nation's authorities on stem wave therapy.
Been around for about 30 years in Europe. Now it's really taken a real foothold. People are tired of just using pills that really cover everything up and they don't really heal.
This device is both diagnostic and therapeutic, helping the medical team at QC Kinetics find the problem and trigger your body's natural healing response.
It's about giving hope, right? That there are options.
QC Kinetics. Harness the power of stem wave and get relief now. Your first treatment is only $49. Call for your consultation here in Columbus. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics. 380-208-4544.
Get ready to play, win, and celebrate at El Dorado Sayada Downs, your ultimate Caesars Rewards destination. Earn rewards every time you play or dine with the most exciting loyalty program around. Take your pick from 1,700 hot new games, award-winning brews, and Guy Fieri's out-of-bounds 68-layer lasagna. And big news, Sayada Downs will host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. Feel the energy at El Dorado Sayada Downs, where Caesars Awards never stop. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Sayada Downs for details.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Our students need more than backpacks and pencils to succeed in our schools and in life. It takes a whole team of dedicated professionals to meet their needs so they can reach their full potential. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing. This American Education Week, let's stand together in support of the teachers, the para-educators, school bus drivers, custodians, secretaries, and so many others who work together to serve Ohio's public school students. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Bird's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A nice mix of sun and clouds as we go into the day on Wednesday, and temperatures a little bit milder as we do get up into the low 50s this afternoon. Mostly cloudy tonight with lows in the 40s, and then for Thursday we'll see more clouds but also warmth as daytime highs top out in the mid to low 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Free Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Ice Bet 365 time.
Let's lock in on it right now because I got to tell you guys about a great deal they have for new customers right now at Bet 365 where you can bet $5 and you're going to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could
free cash.
It really is. It's awesome. And you could turn that $150 into something bigger and better when you bet on spreads, totals, player props, or money lines. And always just a reminder, keep an eye out for those Super Boost and Daily Boost as well. Fun one in the NBA tonight up in Cleveland, 7 o'clock tip. You got the Cavs welcoming in Kevin Durant in the Houston Rockets. And so Cavs playing well right now, winners of 7 of their last 10. Houston coming in, winners of 9 of their last 10. And so this should be an awesome game. I'm taking the Cavs on the money line plus 105 tonight. They've been fighting through some injuries all year. You got Donovan, you got Evan, you got those guys ready to go against Şengün and KD. It should be a fun one. So, yeah, I'm going Cavs tonight plus 105 up at the Q. I still call it the Q. I don't care what they call it.
They call it the Gund.
Yeah.
Good one in the in college basketball tonight.
Yeah, nice little slate.
UConn and Arizona.
I'm here for it.
At UConn. So I'm going to take UConn on the money line. They came off a pretty good win over BYU, although Arizona beat UCLA. So they're both coming off nice wins. I'm going to have to pair that with something to make that work.
Another fun one, too, is Alabama and Illinois tonight as well.
I could go cross sport here, though. I like this. I like the Buffalo Sabres laying a goal and a half against Calgary. Calgary's on a back-to-back. They're having trouble scoring anyway. So I'm going to combine the Sabres on the puck line with UConn on the money line for a plus 243.
Okay, there it is. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only, must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply, in app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, TLC, run down the NFC for us. Where do you want to start?
3, 2, 1. Microphone check. There you go. So we got the division leaders currently. We got in the East, the Eagles with a very safe lead. Math. They got something like a 3.5 game lead over Dallas at this point.
And they play them this week.
Yeah, and Dallas is 4-5-1, so below 500. Compare that to Philly's 8-2. They're pretty solid.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to deviate from that, I don't think.
The NFC North is a fun one. We got the Bears at 7-3, the Packers at 6-3-1, and the Lions at 6-4. How do we feel about that?
This joint is wide open, TLC. I need to see, though, the Bears' remaining NFC North games.
I will throw this in there while you're doing that. The Bears, although being the leader in the clubhouse in the division, to whom it may concern, have a negative point differential.
Yeah. They haven't beaten a winning team.
In fact,
record-wise.
If you actually ranked the point differentials throughout the year, it would actually be in the inverse order. It'd be Lions 1, Packers 2, Bears 3.
Matty, you get the Packers twice still.
Yeah.
Then you get the Lions at home.
There it is. Only 3 games remaining in the division. The Packers I don't trust right now offensively. I don't like where Jordan Love is with his game at the moment. They got some injuries going on, too. Don't know how long Josh Jacobs is going to be out, if he's going to be out at all. The wide receiver room is a question mark. Will we see Jaden Reed again? I feel like they need him. I feel like that's the guy that he has a lot of confidence in. The Packers had a whole bunch of drops in their last game, and so I think the Bears are going to hold it down. I think they're going to hold it down and win this division.
Wow. All right, I'm going to take the Lions.
I feel like the NFC South's been the worst division in the NFL for like 8 years. But here we go. We got
real fast. He took the Bears and I took the Lions, so bet on the Packers.
Well said. We got the Buccaneers currently at 6-4. They were 6-2, but have now lost back-to-back games, so not a whole lot of Baker MVP talk anymore. Just behind them,
your squad,
the Carolina Panthers, who have the NFC Offensive Player of the Week, in case you didn't know. They still have a negative point differential despite being over 500. So where are we at? It's pretty much just a 2-horse race.
I love Tampa.
Buccaneers, still. Panthers, unless you think somehow that Kirk Cousins is going to reignite the hot Atlanta Falcons.
Problem with my pick, Matty, is that the Tampa could go and lose to the Rams this weekend, and that would be 3 in a row. That'd be 3 losses in a row. Yeah. But I love the fact they're going to get Zona and the Saints and Atlanta and Carolina twice and the Dolphins. Like, I just think that's enough. I don't like the feeling that they could drop 3 in a row. And that would be coming out of their bye week. But it was New England. It was at Buffalo.
Yeah.
And they showed up in both those games, but they lost them. So I'm almost going to have to sacrifice Sunday night's game with this pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, if they win it, I'm golden.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. I trust Tampa more. I trust their body of work over the last couple of years, and I think they're going to be getting healthier when those other division matchups pop up. You mentioned New Orleans, Atlanta, Carolina twice. Mike Evans, I think, will be back to the party. Chris Godwin, has kind of been a lost year for him. He will be back to the party, I think, in time. In short order here, they should be getting their top running back in Bucky Irving back as well. And so, yeah, I'll rock with the Bucs on that. I like where they're at and where I think they will be here in a few weeks.
All right, this is a fun one as well. We got 3 teams that I think are all confirmed good at this point. No fake good in here. NFC West. Rams leader in the clubhouse at 8-2. Seahawks 1 game behind them at 7-3. And the 49ers are at 7-4. So they would be half a game behind Seattle because they haven't had their bye yet.
And real quick, fellas, the Niners are 4-1 in the division right now. 4-1.
That's
and
solid.
they don't play the Rams.
I think they're done with them. Yeah.
Yeah. They split.
Mm-hmm. Their only divisional matchup that's left, or division, they've got 2 with Arizona and then 1 more with Seattle. That's on the road. Tough place to play, and that'll be on a short week after they play the Detroit Lions. So that's tough right there. Facing Detroit and then having to circle back around in a short week and go out to the 12s. Who do you trust right now, AR, amongst those 3?
I trust the Rams as a better, quote, team all around.
Yeah.
But I like Seattle's path.
Okay.
I like the fact that they get them at home. I love the fact that they get my Vikes in Atlanta and Tennessee and Carolina, and San Fran will be done by the end of the year. So it feels to me like Seattle I'm getting better value on. They're not the favorite to win the division. The Rams are.
Okay.
But I like the 3-1 on Seattle. But yeah, I'm picking Darnold over Stafford is not usually a good thing to do.
I think the Niners are going to run this thing down.
Really?
Yeah. The head start that they already have, getting Purdy back, like 2 games.
He's back.
2 games with the Cardinals. Where's the Niners' value right now to win the division?
Who has 2 games with the Cardinals?
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong schedule here.
Yeah, San Fran does not.
San Fran.
But they've got a good schedule.
I just like their head start. I like their head start at 4-1 in the division.
You might be right. I mean, we liked the Niners before. I questioned their defense, but not against these offenses. Cleveland, Tennessee, Chicago, they'll get at home. Yes. Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at minimum, at worst, San Francisco should be... At worst, they're a 10-win team. At worst.
They've got one more divisional matchup. It's Week 18 against Seattle.
To whom it may concern, by the way, your wild card teams in the NFC are Seattle, Green Bay, and San Fran. As of right now, Detroit's on the outside looking in.
That's scary. That's too good of a team to be on the outside looking in. Win the division, you're in. Leapfrog the Packers, you're in. Like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with right now them being behind the Packers.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And the Bears.
Yeah.
Bears are not hanging on to a 3 seed in the NFC. I just don't see it.
And that's just rooted in who they haven't played yet?
That's right. I'm thrilled for them that they're overachieving or they're on a good path with Ben Johnson.
And Beamer. We're thrilled for him.
I do not want to crush the fact that I didn't think the Bears were all that. They're doing great. I'm happy for them. I'm lying, but they're doing fine. Like they're fine.
Yeah,
this is not. I didn't have this before the season that they'd be 7-3.
It feels like they're a year ahead. It feels like they're a year ahead, but in the NFL, you got to clean up no matter who you're playing. And we've seen good teams lose to bad teams in this league. So I'll give them that respect for handling business the way that they have. And they have some of those put up or shut up games that'll be in some tough environments here in the next few weeks at Philly, at Green Bay. And then they will take a trip out to San Francisco. And so, we'll definitely find out a little bit more about the Bears. But I like where they're at. I like some of the things Caleb Williams is showing. And I think he's showing the team and the fan base that I'm your guy. I don't know how high his ceiling is just yet. But, yeah, you'll take this with all the change that they had in the offseason.
Yeah, and, with all the up and down, the roller coaster with Cam Williams, like, that's Caleb. I don't know why I said Cam. Caleb Williams. That's been a roller coaster for them.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, was that AI what he was wearing into the game this week, or did I see something?
It's sad that you even have to ask that.
Was it?
I don't know. I haven't seen what he wore in there.
It's a real fashionista. Not really sure, Matty.
Okay.
Don't know how to describe it. All right, we're going to go to Toronto. Hopefully wake Z out of his Z's.
Get up, Z.
Hopefully. Guy made a little history last night, too. That's in 2 minutes. Hockey and Hounds, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City. Walk-ins are always welcome.
Why settle for a cold burrito when you can get toasted at Hothead Burritos? Crispy golden on the outside, perfectly melted cheese on the inside. Create your burrito, quesadilla, or bowl and get it toasted at Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You'd think that dog conversation wouldn't necessarily blend with hockey talk. And you'd be wrong.
You idiots!
Like a fine wine and dark chocolate, it's going down smooth. Rothman and Ice present Hockey and Hounds.
Sponsored by Telhio Credit Union. Count on Telhio, Columbus's hometown credit union for all your personal and business banking needs. Learn more at telhio.org.
Now joining the boys, the lead dog on the blue line, Zach Werenski.
Yeah, he's making history, and they're hopping all over the place with this schedule, but Z's nice enough to join us from Toronto, and he's with us here on Hockey and Hounds, courtesy of our friends at Telhio Credit Union. All right, Z, what is a day off like this for you? I guess it might differ on based on the time you have. Is today a just pack it in and rest day because of the back-to-backs, or do you actually try to get out a little bit?
I think it just depends. I feel like for me, this trip, with all the travel we've had, the back-to-backs, the time zones, I think today's more just a rest day. I'll go grab dinner tonight and walk around a bit, but yeah, I've just been hanging out this morning, grabbed the sauna, just hanging out at the hotel, trying to get some rest.
All right, so before we get to the milestone, I saw you the other night. I mean, it's almost 30 minutes on the ice last game and 25 the other game, and you took a puck to the jaw. And that can't feel too good. And then everyone was worried like that you were probably not going to come back. And then like a magic trick, you were back on the bench. How did that feel? And how do you judge whether you can continue a game after something like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't feel great. Luckily for me, it wasn't going too fast. A few stitches, jaw was sore, teeth were a little bit sore, but I avoided probably worst case, which was, more teeth stuff or anything worse with my jaw. I got into the tunnel and our athletic trainer, Strick, kind of looked at it and said I could stop the bleeding right now. We can get you stitched up after. And that's just kind of the route we went in. Obviously, you want to be out there, and it wasn't too serious. Like I said, a little pain here and there, but I just wanted to be out there with the team.
Z, it's always crazy to me to see how you guys get in front of some of these pucks and these shots that are just flying at such a high speed. How long did that take you to get comfortable with doing that? Like early on in your hockey career, when did you really become, I don't even know if you're comfortable now, but when did it get to a point to where you were just not thinking about it anymore and were just acting and doing it?
Yeah, I would say you don't ever get comfortable doing it. it's one of those things where it's actually better the closer the guy is to you. I feel like blocking shots and getting in lanes, the closer they are, the better. Sometimes when you're net front trying to box out or you're on the net and there's guys from the blue line shooting, it's a little bit scarier. You're not really sure if the puck's going to rise. Have a lot going on trying to find your guy to get deflected or tipped. It's definitely a weird feeling. I feel like it's one of those feelings you never really get used to. You kind of always brace for it, but it's part of the game, and yeah, it's just sometimes you just got to do it. So it's something that I feel like not a lot of people understand the feeling of it, but it's a weird one for sure.
Who are some of the guys around the league to where that's really on your radar, how lethal the shot is?
I feel like nowadays everyone shoots the puck so hard. There's guys for sure that are maybe a little bit more wild with it, like, coming from the blue line, like one-timers around your head or just above the crossbar. And those ones are scary for sure because you're not obviously wearing anything in front of your face. There's certain guys that are really accurate. You kind of have an idea for who they are, but at the end of the day, like, pucks get deflected and tipped, and he'll have sticks and skates, and you just never really know. So it's one of those things where you have to be aware. I feel like I'm always trying to have an idea where the puck is when it's being shot. Last thing you want to do is not be looking and catch one up high. But yeah, like I said, the closer you can get to a guy before he shoots, the better off you usually are.
Do you recall, I'm sure you do, I mean, there was a time in this league where guys didn't have face shields, some didn't wear helmets, some guys were grandfathered in. Can you even imagine that now?
No, it's crazy. Sometimes I'm grandfathered in for not wearing a helmet in warm-ups.
Mm-hmm.
I still wear one. Every once in a while, I'll go no helmet just to enjoy it. I mean, it's a very unique feeling. Like Saturday in Detroit, my hometown, I'll probably go no helmet. But even in warm-ups, like, pucks are flying by you and there's a lot going on. And, I can't imagine playing a hockey game with no helmet on or no visor. It's pretty incredible. Some guys still have no visor on. But, yeah, it's a weird feeling when those pucks are coming by your face, 80, 90, 100 miles an hour. It's you don't ever get used to it.
He's Zach Werenski with us, CBJ blue liner, who made history last night in Winnipeg. Despite the loss, though, you hit the 400-point mark in your NHL career. So you're the first defenseman on CBJ history. Nobody even comes close. And everyone's thrilled that you got all this here in Columbus. And, I mean, 119 goals, 281 assists, 400 points, and you did it in only 587 games. What does the milestone mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, obviously it sucks that we lost last night, but, these milestones along the way you have to enjoy. And I feel like for me last night, as upset as I was with the outcome of the game, just the congratulations text I got from friends and family, and it kind of puts things into perspective how fortunate I've been to be in this league for 10 years now and play almost 600 games, and met some really cool people along the way, good friends, and just very, very fortunate. So hopefully there's a lot more points in games where this comes from, but very fortunate and blessed to have the career I've had so far.
You touched on some of the frustration you were feeling last night when you kind of zoomed out and thought about, what went wrong against Winnipeg. What were you most frustrated thinking about as far as what the team didn't do?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good hockey team we played against. They're very structured. Obviously, it wasn't a favorable, matchup in terms of our travel schedule, but, it's no excuse. Everyone goes through that. I just feel like for us, it was just key mistakes at key moments, kind of, the theme a little bit this year. It's 1-0, then we make it 1-1. Start of the second, I lose my guy behind me. He scores and make it 2-1. It's, 3-1. And then once we make it 4-2, we kind of have some life there, and they make it 5-2 right away. So it's just things like that where it's game management. I feel like we're kind of hanging on. We're not playing bad, and we just kind of compound a few mistakes with others, and next, the game's a little bit out of reach. Those are games we'd like to keep it a little bit closer on the road, especially the circumstances of the back-to-back. If you can only be down a goal or tied up going into the third period, you never know what can happen. We just kind of let it get away from us, and that's the frustrating part. So I felt like we really didn't play too bad. It was more so just those key mistakes at certain moments in the game.
Did you think the energy level as the game went along, that you guys matched the urgency? Or, because I know you don't want to use it as an excuse, but it may be a reason when you're on a back-to-back and all that. Can you feel that during a game on the bench, that you have to kind of get guys to have a little more urgency, or did you not sense that last night?
I mean, if you look at the score, it's probably easy to say we didn't have it, but looking back on it, I really didn't think it was all that bad. I mean, after the first period, like I said, it was 1-1. Shots were pretty much even, I think. We came out fine. Lost ourselves a little bit there for the first, 5, 6, 7 minutes of the second, but I actually liked our game in the third. I felt like we had chances, had some chances to score, had a power play that wasn't great. We'd like to, probably do more on that power play, but all in all, it wasn't a horrible game. It's just those key breakdowns. But I felt like, all things considered with our travel and the back-to-back, I didn't hate our effort. I didn't hate our legs or how we approached the game. It's just those mental lapses at key times that really hurt us last night.
Usually at this point, I'll ask you about the fantasy football league that you guys have going on, but I don't know if we'll get to talk to you next Wednesday before the game. How are you feeling about next Saturday's game with your alma mater in Ohio State?
I don't know. I mean, they gave me a scare this past Saturday against Northwestern, but they got it done. If they can win this week against Maryland, which I think they will, it sets up for a pretty exciting final game. I mean, if you're 10-2 Michigan, if you beat Ohio State, how can you not be considered for a playoff spot? So they got a lot to play for. I don't know. I'm a Michigan guy, so I'd like to think I have all the faith in them, but Ohio State's pretty good this year. I can't deny it.
No, the only thing you can hang your hat on is that we've heard this song for the last several years, and you guys have somehow beaten better Ohio State teams. So, and it looks like you may be available to watch it, because I think you get the Penguins at home. Am I wrong on the date? I could be wrong on the date.
No, you're right. We have a day off that Saturday. So, yeah, I'll be glued to the TV watching it. I haven't sat down and watched the game in a long time. Usually we're playing or traveling or whatever. So I'm really excited. And I do think having it at the Big House this year is a big advantage. I feel like Michigan's been a lot better at home than on the road. And we'll see what happens. Just keep it close going into the second half. And you never know.
Good stuff, my man. All right, got a dog for us. My friends at Speak for the Unspoken. Just a great 100% volunteer foster-based rescue here in Central Ohio. And this is a all-white shepherd named Hayes. She's about 5, so affectionate, and we just need a foster / someone that might be willing to fall in love with Hayes and adopt her. And I think she's just incredible. And it's kind of these dogs that once they trust, their heart is as loyal as they come. And Hayes is, in the immortal words of Wedding Crashers, a stage 5 clinger when she trusts, because she just loves having a person. So her journey's not been an easy one. She had a sibling who was surrendered a couple years ago. And so it's a long time coming here that we need to find this dog a home. And since arriving, so she's at Wolfman's Canines in July, and they're boarding her right now, which is so nice and thoughtful of them. But we just need someone that could fall in love with a shepherd. And she's all white, as I say, and just waiting for the right person to give her the stability she deserves. And whoever adopts this dog, you're going to get 3 free one-on-one training sessions with Wolfman's Canines, a $1,000 voucher toward a 4-week board and train program, which would include private sessions. So she's ready to go, currently being fostered in Galena. So if anybody out there listening has dreamt of just that loyal companionship that only a shepherd can give, then Hayes is the right dog for you. Check her out at speakfortheunspoken.com. And just a classic shepherd, intelligent, smart, devoted, and full of love once she feels safe. So she's ready to find that person she can finally call her own. So hopefully we'll have some good news for you in a couple of weeks, Zach.
Yeah, I hope so. Sounds like a sweet girl.
Very much. You're the man. Thanks so much for doing this. Good luck tomorrow night against Toronto.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
One and only Zach Werenski, brought to you by Telhire Credit Union. This is Hockey and Hounds, and Telhire proudly serving Ohio since 1934. They are Columbus's hometown credit union. I'm a member. Learn more at telhio.org. We come back with Tell the Truth Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
El Dorado Scioto Downs is your Caesars Rewards destination. And big news, Scioto Downs has been chosen to host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem, call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Scioto Downs for details.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and Thanksgiving is approaching quick. Still plenty of time to get your Awaken 180 consultation on the calendar to receive your $500 off. It's a thank you from Awaken 180. No, you don't need to start the program right before Turkey Day. Simply have your consultation now and be ready to start the Monday after. 4 weeks before the new year, and with results like mine, you could be down 27 pounds on your way to dropping 50. Fast results, and now with $500 off. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Columbus. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
If you haven't felt the rush of the holiday season, trust me, it's coming. Eric Reeser here. Get your body ready for all the tailgating and all the turkey at Hydrate Me Med Spa. They've got 4 convenient locations in Central Ohio offering medical-grade IV and aesthetic treatments to help you look and feel your best during the hustle and bustle. I dropped into their Dublin location for an ozone therapy treatment. They infused my blood with medical-grade ozone that gave me a much-needed energy boost and properly prepared my immune system to tackle cold days and crowded stadiums. Look great, feel great today. Book your drip at HydrateMeMedspa.com.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. And Meijer is making it easier than ever to share more good. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd through the 29th, when you buy Meijer brand Fredericks by Meijer, Purple Cow, or True Goodness Foods, our Simply Give program will provide a meal to help feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. It's the simple way to put the giving and Thanksgiving together. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details. One meal equals 25 cents based on an average meal cost from select Meijer food pantry partners. Learn more at Meijer.com/aboutMeijer/community.html.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and 10 miles per year ends 12/1.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? I know. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, the Fan. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Right now, get 50% off all window styles from Window Nation at windownation.com.
All right, TLC, take us home, bud.
All right, let's hit on a few things that we did not get to earlier in the show. We talked a little bit about Notre Dame versus Miami and the whole ranking system, and here is Paul Feinbaum talking about that via Get Up.
Paul, the idea that Miami beats Notre Dame head-to-head and remains behind them because of the quality of Notre Dame's losses seems to rub a lot of people the wrong way. How does it rub you?
It rubs me beyond the wrong way. And Greeny, I'll continue my rant about Notre Dame. I've been hearing, and you have been hearing because you lived near Notre Dame growing up, that Notre Dame, there's a bias. There is a bias. Let's just go ahead and admit it. And this committee, I have no earthly idea why they can't move beyond it because they're supposed to be objective. But it just seems like let's always give Notre Dame the loss. And I feel badly for Miami. They got knocked out last year. They were the last team out along with Alabama. They did some of it to themselves. But they beat Notre Dame. Shouldn't head-to-head matter in college football or in any sporting event? But apparently to this committee, it does not matter at all.
So there is the bastion of impartiality, Paul Feinbaum.
Oh, bastion! Big word alert.
Yeah, fire the.
I would
for
say
yourself on that one. Yeah. You were sitting on that one too while he was talking. Weren't you?
I'll say this. I'll say that I came up with that while that was playing. I was not like that wasn't pre-show. That wasn't 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
I did think of that while that was playing, and I thought I'm about to get this.
I'm here for it.
We talked about it earlier. I'm not.
Is there an ND bias?
There's always going to be a little ND brand bias, but I think they're getting a lot of the eye test right now. I don't think they're. I don't think it's fake. I don't think they have a lot to hang their hat on. But what he's missing, and this does stink, is that head-to-head only truly matters if you have a comparable resume. Now, they probably do, but the losses that Miami has had is killing them. It'd be like they have to protect the head-to-head only to a certain degree because teams are going to have upsets are going to happen. You can't suddenly take a team that upsets somebody and say, well, since you beat them, you should be ranked higher with a worse record or a worse resume. It doesn't work that way. People say, head-to-head is the ultimate tiebreaker, and it is when they are somewhat comparable.
And I also think head-to-head changes a little bit for me when the matchup happened in week one. Because teams, I don't think, really know who they are in week one, and teams evolve and just are different at this point. So that's a bit of a factor for me when it comes to this. But you brought up something that I think absolutely happened. I think the football people in that room yesterday were locked in on really digging their heels on the X and O stuff for Notre Dame. And that's how they got there. I think they went straight eye test and believing that with the run game that they have, with Love in that crew, and a young quarterback playing the way that he's been playing for the majority of the year, that's what they rolled with because it's hard to look at anything else.
Miami is just far enough away at 13 to Notre Dame's 9 that head-to-head is not going to be the ultimate tiebreaker.
When they said last night that they have to be in the same tier for the head-to-head to matter,
pool.
What I heard was that Notre Dame would have to drop to Miami's level. I don't think Miami can play their way up into Notre Dame's level.
They don't have the matchups. It's Virginia Tech and Pitt next on their schedule. They don't have it. I don't think they can get back there.
And I don't think they can make the ACC championship because they are dead last in all the tiebreakers.
They're going to need help. They're going to need somebody to lose that drops below to move them up a rung. And I don't see BYU or Utah losing again in the regular season. I just don't. So we're kind of at that point where Miami may have bumped their head on the ceiling.
I think so.
Because you're right. The fact that it's Tech and Pitt is not going to be enough. And they will have the head-to-head over Notre Dame. They'll always have that. But don't lose to Louisville. That's the one. I think if they had one less loss, if they only had one loss, then you could then they'd be in the same tier.
I agree. I think the fact that they became a repeat offender,
that's right,
made that first loss even less forgivable.
Yeah, and the SMU loss is nasty.
How does it rub you?
Yeah.
All right, we didn't get to this either. So Geno Smith took the podium after the game against the Cowboys. For those of you who are not, as the Gen Z kids say, chronically online, Geno Smith is a punching bag for every single NFL fan every single week on the mean streets of Twitter. And so here we go again. Geno Smith quarterbacking a losing effort against the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. This was in Las Vegas, and he took the podium, and he says that he is willing to shoulder that blame.
like I said, the plays were there. I don't think there was any issue with the play calling. The plays were there. Guys were open. You guys watch the film. I know we got a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks who like to watch film and take screenshots and see where guys were open. So I'm sure you guys will see where the guys were open. For me, again, I just got to play better. And I keep saying this, man. If something don't look right out there, blame it on me, right? If it don't look right, blame it on me. That's all you can do. Blame it on me. If your kids mess up at school, blame it on me. Car break down going to work, blame it on me.
So he had me. I thought it was great until that. Like, he had me. That's a leader. That's a leader. I understand. Buck stops with me. I'm the starting quarterback. I'm the guy. Don't blame it on my guys. And then at the end, he had to go full, like...
he was spiraling that whole time.
Blame the world on me.
If your kids mess up at school, blame it on me. Car break down going to work, blame it on me.
I also don't love a starting quarterback in the league letting us know that essentially I've got a burner account and I'm seeing what you guys are saying about me on Twitter. All the screen grabs and all that.
Because you're kind of letting him win when you're letting him know that you see it?
Yes. He shouldn't have admitted that on record either.
He forced a throw at the end of the half against Dallas. It was deflected. I don't think that's his fault. I'm good. I'm glad he said what he said.
He's living well. 2 year, $75 million contract with the Raiders at the end of the day.
I wonder if the Peyton Manning deal. I wonder if Peyton Manning, because I was watching the Manning cast during that game, and when he threw that ball late in the half, Manning's like, no.
Peyton did?
Yeah, Peyton did. And then he's like, that was a good drive, too.
Peyton's real emotional when it comes to quarterback mistakes.
But he kind of put it on him.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, if you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you have to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3. We'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well. Bet365 is the official sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Don't move. Common Man and Timmy coming up next.
We will come back tomorrow after the coaches show. We'll talk to you at 1 o'clock. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Hold on to your butts. Rivalry week is coming.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Starting on Monday, we get you ready for,